Sloan, good morning to you. Good morning to Mr. Toronto, Mr. Toronto. Good morning to Miss Malcolm and Gemma. Good morning. Olga and his madam there. Good morning. Olga is the boss. I say it again. Good morning, our man. Everybody. Jackie, good morning. Good morning to my friend Sharon. Love to everybody. Pauline, good morning. Vero, good morning. Good morning, Terry. Cooper, good morning, everybody. Love is the answer. May the good Lord bless and keep you. Never mind what might have been. Deep South, take that, God.
Oh, God, man, I never with you now. All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, remember we live on our Facebook page, The Street 919 FM. And of course, we're live on YouTube. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Sharon.
Morning.
And how are you?
I am blessed. Blessed.
Thank God you reached down there safely, because I was wondering if you wasn't coming because I was saying music alone.
No. Come in, man. Come in.
Yeah, thank God for bringing you safely. Yeah. I want to bless all the staff and management of 91.9. I enjoyed the two shows Friday and Saturday. Koza and the ones yesterday.
Eddie.
Yeah, because I was only had to listen because I didn't have those kind of device like other people. So I had to listen on the radio. So I wish you all the best, and I'm waiting to hear what you're when they're coming today again. Now.
Supposed to.
Oh, okay. When they're going to commentate, when you was a commentator in cricketers. Yeah. Morning to Mami Sauce, Mr. Chance, Deep South, Jenny, and all the rest of callers who just call, and Sharon. I wish you all the best, and I hope you reach back home safely to your family.
Thank you very much.
Drive safely, okay?
Okay, my darling.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, dear. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Felix.
Good morning, sir. How is Tobago?
Tobago is fine and sunny.
You're hearing us on the radio?
Yes, I am hearing you all on the radio.
Excellent.
Let me say good morning to the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. Special good morning to the guru, Mr. Chance, Jenny, all the Sawatis in 9-1 point.
You know how long I hear somebody say that? My mother used to use that word famous. Yeah, that was famous. Only a big Sawatis.
Yeah, all the big Sawatis and a special good morning to you all. Deep South, take a special bow, boy. You're good. Oh, God. That's all the way.
Boy, you're there, you know.
All right, I got to hear you, boy. I looked on every day, but girl, is the hardest thing to do to get here and teach.
I know.
Yeah. But hanging in there.
Yeah.
I think you're trying to do some housework and thing, you know.
All right.
Yeah. So, I enjoy the rest of the day, and I look on and listening.
Okay, my darling.
Yeah, you take care.
All right. Oh, boy. Caller, good morning.
Just a love to you, Sharon Felix and your family. Praise the Lord. Let God be the glory this morning for us. In the sunshine. In Jesus' name, blessed be his name. My surrounding, blessed love to you all. Passy Street, Mova, Beatum, Tumacac, Paradise Side. Hold on tight in Jesus' name. My Titans of Democracy families, blessed love. Manu, you are special. Blessed love to you, my dear. Miss Sharon and your family, I'm just there. Holding on. Big Sawatis. Stop laughing. So go laughing. To Begonia, bosses to Begonia. Oh, God. I'm telling you. Okay, sorry.
All right. Well, Trinidad and Tobago. So I know Tobago locked on, eh? Right. I sure all you locked on. So, Uncle Landy, good morning to you. Mr. and Mrs. Archer, good morning to you. Mrs. Crosby, Mrs. Rowley, Maria Lyons, Shoma Lyons, Wilson out there in Bacalet, and her whole family, husband and children and daughters. Good morning to all of you. Cecile Beckles. Good morning, Sheldon Cunningham. You will always be loved by me and others. Don't worry. God is good. One door closed, many windows will open. Don't worry. Trinidad and Tobago, I'm here. And again, let me say to all of you, good morning. Caller, good morning. Mommy, tuna puna.
Yes, honey.
How are you? Oh, good.
Even go quick and load on the radio. Quick,
Stephen,
Steve.
hurry up.
And the glory, Sharon.
Yeah, no, the
And
frequency.
if my neighbor see the unit where I have inside of here.
The frequency.
The glory, I'm in the kitchen, but my in the bedroom, I don't have this problem.
The different frequency.
Yeah. Good. You go now?
A little better. I will take it down at you.
This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. Sharon, you nearly lose your mother yesterday, you know, girl.
What happened to you?
I lied down on the bed doing a live, girl.
Oh, God.
And the spirit of death passed through my me. I was there alone. But God is good. Mary Holling first and all these people, they were on the live with me. And I just passed out for a quick moment and come back. Never experienced that. Experienced it with ego, but that was a quick one. But God ain't ready for me, you know. God ain't ready for me, but when I checked my sugar, it was low.
It was low. Ow.
Ah, wow. So what I did, I have no sweetness in the house because I don't keep them, you know.
Right.
I have lozenges when they have sore throat and things, so I take one of them, and instead of sucking, I chew it, and I drink some water, and Stephen come in the same time. But when he come in, and I hear him come in, he had to go and change his clothes. Now I keep telling him, don't stay off the street, because you have a not so well wife. And I said, Sharon, you know what it is happening to me really, girl? It's anxiety killing me. Every time Stephen leaves to go and prepare, I just get frightened. I'm afraid to death, but I'm afraid I don't know what he's coming back home here with. And that is taking me. But God is good. I'm on the life of still living, I was saying, praising my Savior all the day long. Sharon, I know you're ready for me, because I'm going to start to cook. As much as I ain't feeling well, I'm still going to make sure this man have lunch for the eat. But Sharon, what a great day in the United States of America.
Oh, don't talk yet. Don't talk.
I know I tell her I might not be able to come back in before you go.
All right.
But I'm going to cook. But I just wanted to elaborate on it. You hear what I'm telling you?
Yes.
It's hard. I hear Trump on his way to Siparia. You know, we come. He has to be quarantined. He has to go into quarantine before. And I tell them when they go to quarantine and pick up the one in Siparia and put them on a pirogue and send them straight in the bookhouse. I'm gone.
That's a good one. Trinidad and Tobago. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon.
That's a good one. She come good there.
She come in, she can see how God is. I don't want to say peace and blessing and love and respect the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, but because of this morning to see a new day, let us thank God for that. But a special blessing goes out from my wife Monica to our MP, Mr. Foster Cummins, the whole constituency executive.
Oh, you could show off, eh? You could show off, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't show off. You know, we are the best MP right now.
Good morning to my MP, Terrence Dial Singh, the best MP in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, it's 2 A plus we have, you understand? Extraordinary day. Sharon and 90 days including this man too. You understand? So Mr. Philip Foster, our chairman, Ellen Wharton, our education officer, Mr. Paul Noble, our election officer, I, Mr. Alden, our field officer, Mrs. Julie Tifu, our lady vice chairman.
You making
know, I don't want to call Paul.
You making
I don't want to call Paul, but I only know that, you know, Trinidad and Tobago know the executive and the MP working together, Sharon, and we are getting the job done. And we are continuing getting it done. There's no nothing like who is UNC and who is PNM, the election done, and we here to serve everybody, Sharon. And that's what it's all about. So you all have a night day. Sharon, we wish you safe in Jesus' name, and we're going forward then. Take care, have a nice day.
Thank you very much, my dear. Before I take the next call, thank you. Before I take the next call, let me say again, good morning to all. And of course, you know, Mrs. Rachis, you know, I love you. You're one of my best MPs. You don't worry. I love you bad. Good morning to you, Mr. and Mrs. Regis, Mr. and Mrs. Primus, Gatsby Dolly and Mr. Dolly. Yes, good morning. Anthony Gatsby, good morning to all of you. Penelope Beckles, Lisa Morris, Julian. Oh, God, it's so much. Oh, God, so much of you all. Good morning to all of you all. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. All your career show off, boy. So, Miss Lady, I pull up by you yesterday. You ain't come outside? You was making so?
I was in house clothes.
Oh,
if
sorry.
I come out, everything would be exposed.
Oh.
I don't wear clothes, so when you see what I mean, I don't have one, you know, pants and them kind of things. So when I hear car full, if I try to go and dress, it's really, you know.
Okay, madam.
So I apologize.
You're going to kill poor. Oh, okay. That is too much.
But so I really tell me that somebody was in the back seat looking half dead.
Kill them children and them had me. It's Maruga we went, you know.
Yeah,
we spent
I know.
a good a 3/4 of the day in Maruga.
Yeah, and that drive alone will make it.
Well, you see, that's why I don't drive.
Yeah.
You know, some people feel fine so far.
Well, you know, it ain't far for me, really. These days are going regular, so it ain't so far. But I have the one on my lap. Oh, God, that's spoiled rotten. So that had to hug me up, I had to cover it up, hold it tight, come, squeeze me tight, Nana, squeeze me tight for him to fall asleep. Then the next one drop on me. Oh, and only time he telling me he ain't sleepy, all of a sudden I see Kill Kitty.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Isaiah in the front snoring.
Oh, Lord.
I no help.
But yeah, man, thanks for the support, man. I think the support is really a blessing, you know. And I mean, I just want to say it on the radio, but
all in Maruga.
Help.
That is okay, darling. That's what we're here for. All in Maruga, the people talking about soap had to run down the road to get soap and collecting money. I say, what jail is this, boy?
Yeah, so we can meet in Princess Song is a meeting place, and if you don't go all the way down there, you know.
No, but remember, I coming down. I was coming to go home.
Oh, yes.
You know, but they're coming down too. But I didn't want to put them through that, so I collected. They'll collect it for me.
Oh, okay. All right. But we good. I'm now doing some little curry potato and chana here for some roti.
You sure now?
We now come from a little, you went in the bush, can take a 20 minutes.
In the bush?
The opening beach, we ain't sing it. We just went.
And you take a bouchon.
Yeah, you take a bouchon.
And back out.
And come back out. So I came here. I'm going to go and do a little, cook a little food for the mister, you know what it is?
Well, yes, you know that's important, yeah?
Yeah.
All
so we
right.
love to and listening and teacher. We love and
my
support
darling.
you and have a blessed day, my dear.
Okay. I hear him, ciao.
Ciao.
Oh boy. Thank you guys. And all of you who supporting Marissa and Nigel, I want to thank all of you so much. Because you know they're entertainers, and because of the COVID they were not able to make as much as they would make before or at all. So I know what she want to tell me, but I want to tell her God is good all the time. He don't give you more than you can bear, and I can tell you I'm a testimony of that. I want to thank God. I continue to thank God every day for being here, for you, the listeners and the callers, for you, the viewers. I thank God for everything. Yeah? It's important to do that. Important to do that. Because you know some of us just collect and we don't say thanks. We don't say thanks. And I'll tell you why when I come back from Miss New Village call. Miss New Village?
Hello, darling. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm blessed. How are you?
Well, dear, I just came back, you know. I was in New York for the past 3 days.
Oh, did you quarantine? You went to vote?
Can't sleep. I said, I see how but enough is enough.
Miss New Village, let me tell you something. I see this thing even worse than our Trinidad and Tobago election.
What?
My husband is sleep from since, when was the election? Tuesday?
What day from Tuesday?
From Tuesday. The man is sleeping. Well, he had to sleep. He had to take a snooze in between. And I'm only calling him. Any update? Any update? I call him Brian. I call him Rowley Jr. the other day. I call him Dog. I call him the phone Saturday. I can't get him. I start to get worried.
Thursday, last time Wednesday, when I see Trump come up a little bit, I called John Thursday morning. I said, if Trump win, God send in a bad message for America. And that is all that. It's a kind of weakness in the chest.
This is a serious thing, you know.
I'm going to tell them, one of them said, me are living in New York now, you know. When this is over,
I'm coming back home.
They said, my daughter only put it on the TV. They said, I go in the room, I put it on the one in the room. I don't want to see him. God, them in Texas. But I know Jesus Christ have mercy. And some in Puerto Rico, and some in Texas, and some in Brooklyn. Jesus Christ. Sharon, this thing affect me more than the night when, you see the night when they counting for Trinidad election?
You know that is getting vexed, and I just say I don't want to see no TV.
No, I felt sorry
What has happened to me? What has happened to me? When we finish work 6 o'clock, you see people don't understand the machinery P&M have. So we finish 6 o'clock is the last count. Everybody set up in the position. Girl, this election I went and cook. I had to cook for a couple of persons, but nearly 200 lunches.
Yeah, because you are even there when the last count, you have to stay there till 1 o'clock.
I cook, I take a shower, and I say nice. I send them to drop the food, and I go in out. I go in with Grace. I say we winning this thing, and I take my time to go. Girl, time I reach out on the main road, I say all your social distancing. Put on your mask before the police come for us.
No matter. But you're not Trump sister behave just how Trump behave now.
And you know you have a brother too. You know you have a brother too. You know you have a brother. You have a sister and a brother in Trinidad, one in Tobago and one in Superior. You have a sister and a brother.
The night of the election for PNM election, my sister called me. I said, Marilyn, when something is going to be wrong, I just have a feelings in my stomach. And I'm not getting that feelings. I say, so I know that PNM going to pull it through. Me that, and I alone here, my brother next door, when they come to when they say, here, see, I just put on my clothes and I go, because I tell them boys in the evening, I say, well, I'm going to vote some all well, I'm vote, so I'll keep it. I say, but when you see I come back here tonight, I just tell them I want all kind of drink. Me don't drink nothing. I say, you have to make something for me. You know, when I reach out and they do this and they take my hand in the air. But I want to say, to God be the glory.
Yes.
Great things he has done. You see, I have a lot of siblings, like nieces and nephews. I'm with about 30 of them over there, and I know what it is like. And you see, this administration that was there was more for the wealthy and the rich. The Obamacare that he didn't want at all, the poor people could have still gotten something from it.
Come on, it's not about you, it's about the people.
Yeah, right. And then now you want. You don't plan you're firing Fauci, the doctor. You're firing this one and you're firing that one. I often say when you are digging a hole for somebody, leave a head space for a venture where you stand up, the earth might slip and it might go down inside. Don't ever dig hole for nobody and leave space for it to come out. And I am saying today, I thank God for this that has happened to America. I hope and I trust and I believe that Biden and that woman that is with him they're going to have a hard fight. I wish the runoff will be able to help them to even the part of the inside the Senate. But for now, we give God thanks. And I want to say I'm back here now, settle back, and I could handle any stories. This morning I ain't going to chill because when time already, a hot shower rain come down but I'll go somewhere this evening. But I give God praise. Let us continue to pray for Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know if the opposition expects
another election, because every Monday night forum, every Monday night now they have a new party group on election campaign on. But I want to say to everybody, we have elected somebody there to guide this country for the next 5 years, and whether you like it, whether you don't like the blank man, whether what, this is the person that is God having the charge of this country, which is MPs and ministers of parliament. And I want to say, I always say for the opposition, that this woman, or anti-Cam, will come to understand. It's not about ego now. It's about let us work together to see the welfare of Trinidad and Tobago. And this is what politics is, a nasty bedfellow. But I want to say to God be the glory. Great things he has done. Well, it's Sharon and we and another thing, we can't bring all the seniors this time, but eventually after we do the book supply, we want to do about 100 dropouts. So this is our target. And I thank all those.
Miss New Village, we can do virtual things. We have to be innovative, No, listen, we have to be innovative. If you can't bring them out, there's another way you can do it. You can still prepare the meals.
Let me tell you what has happened. If we are bringing them out, we just have a concert.
No, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, but we just give them everything, food and everything. So they win more than the old people for some of this virtual.
Miss New Village, listen to me. You could prepare everything and do a drive-by dropout. That's more exciting.
That is what we're doing.
Right, that's more exciting.
So, but we cannot do the 300 and how much we do in 110.
Right.
So we have like these shut-ins. We normally have the big affair down in the hall, and then the shut-ins, whilst it's going on, we send out shut-ins. I bring down pampers and bed linens. We give them that before. But we are going to do that. So I thank God because we went to a place in Shagona, is what they are at, and it have lovely meat. Lovely. So we bought all the pork, we bought the ham, we bought whatever. Now we had to do the chicken, and we want to do a proper Christmas lunch as what they are accustomed getting. All they wouldn't get is the ginger beer and sorrel and the movie, because I just do that.
Right.
But they're going to get a drink, and we're going to drop out. We're going to know what. And what we did, is 13 members in the group, everybody responsible for 5 persons. So you know what they eat, you're responsible to carry back their lunch for them. And then I have about 40 around because I know that there's 13s and whatever. So we have 110, and we are trusting God. This coming out is the first Saturday in November, the 5th. So this is our drive now. So my drive, you and your drive on your end, and I and my drive on my end. But we all doing for the welfare and upliftment of this country, especially the seniors. I just look at these people, you tell them 11:30, and when it's 10:30, they're well-dressed, a little wig on their hair, and they're well-dressed, So I know they will miss it this year. I know they will miss it, but there's nothing we could do. So have a wonderful and a blessed morning, and take care of yourself, girl. I come back. I ain't going away again. I ain't traveling again. I come back this morning because everything over.
Be safe.
Have a nice one. Love you, darling.
All right, my
And all the 91 family, I love you all. Tobago, Trinidad, everybody. And Mr. Ivor George, thank you again for this privilege you have given us. And people, don't forget to pray for Trinidad in a little way. Just lift Trinidad and those in authority. Have a nice one. Those who lost their loved ones in this COVID, we send out a thought for you on behalf of 91.9 family, and we ask God to strengthen you in this time of your bereavement, and all will be well. This too will pass. Have a nice one. Take care.
Thank you so kindly. All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, it's 9:55 a.m. on a Sunday morning right here on the street, 919 FM. Caller, good morning.
Hallelujah.
1285.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm 1285. You can't. The noise in the back of you.
That is my husband listening to you preaching.
Right. Don't stop the man from listening to you preaching.
Yes, I want to say good morning. I want to say good morning to all the Titans this morning. And Nigel and Marissa, I have an order for 8 soup. And I'm trying to get some more. And I have to get on to them somehow to do the report for me, please. So that is why I'm calling this morning. I was special more into the title. Miss Monica Paul, Miss Diane Smith, and the Virginia Player Bond.
All right.
Right, and Mr. Malcolm and Miss Gemma.
Okay, my dear. The man listening to his preaching and she thieving a call. All right. But guys, I want to say good morning to all of our listeners and our viewers. And before we go into anything, I want to congratulate Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for their victory at the polls of America's election. And let me tell you why I'm happy for that. And I pray God that come January, America will have good representation so that certain things in this world could be dealt with differently. I want to say this morning, after a week of biting my fingers and twiddling my toes and feeling to cry, I am happy once again today. I want to say this is 12 loss for Kamala Persad-Bissessar. 12 Trinidad and Tobago. 12. Because you know, it's Trump this and Trump that. 12. Well, I didn't want to go into Kamala business because last night I watched a live with Skippy Barrington Thomas. And what he didn't say is what he didn't forget to say. And then you know what? While live now, I tell all you here every time I come here, I ain't no supporter Skippy. Skippy is my family, you know. Right? And besides the party politics, Skippy and I just get along very good. He may not cuss me. He may set up somebody to curse me, but he may not do it on his own. But I give people the space because that's not my business. The PNM is my business. The UNC is Skippy and them business. I don't know what is Wendell business, if it's COP.
My business, and I say it as it is, and who vex, I don't care. I see people try to attack you and I also too on Facebook.
Well, let me tell you what they do.
I come on your program, I talking facts. I don't care who vex it.
Hold on. Let me tell you what they do.
And I had to deal with the doctor this morning.
Let me tell you what they do this morning. Let me tell you what they do. So they figure they can't get to hush me up on the radio. Let me tell all you this. If all you try to hush me up here, I'll find another way. Oh God! I'll find another way. Turn down the volume. All you can't call him now.
Yes, on radio.
I'll find another way in which to speak. I didn't come here just so. Remember that. I was put here for a reason, and I always say that. So if you try to stop me here, I will find another medium to do it. And if I can't do it, I'll go on the streets and do it. I'm telling all you can't hush me up. So here's what they do. They take my picture. They write up all kind of thing. Dr. Rowley and this, and asking me about DSS. I tell all you, I'm not getting involved in that. I am not getting involved in that. Because I don't know anything about it. I can't talk on things I don't know. I'm not getting involved in it. Right. And asking me about email gate and whatever. If I only did answer all it to tell all you, ask all your mother, all you would have get vexed with me. But I wouldn't tell all you that. So I stay quiet. But what I did is, I made a report to the Commissioner of Police, who then send it to cybercrime. So when all you feel all you're going on the Facebook and hiding behind fake profile and trying to malign people and put people name and drag it in the gutter, you can be found. All they continue, all they so stupid that the people who sending all they to do the nastiness, I hope they can pay for you for you all when the time is right. I ain't taking that from nobody. So they find that wasn't good enough. Bam! Immediately, I don't know what happened. They pull it down, so I ain't seen it. They start to attack both Wendell and I. So attack me, attack Wendell, but you can't attack the truth and the facts it in your face. It's not moving. And I saying it this morning, and who vexed I all the business. 12 lost for Kamala Prasad. 12. 12.
Not only she alone, and her supporters.
And her supporters. It's 12.
Don't forget, and her supporters, and the most you ever see deceitful congratulations message.
Let me.
Whatever we read, you have to read that message.
Wait now, you wait. Don't jump the gun. Hold on. You listened to the live last night. I didn't listen.
I listened to the live.
I listened to that last night because it come on my page and I listened. And I wanted to make sense with some of the things. We asked one question here. Why didn't send Jolene John up in a safe seat? Anita Haynes get a safe seat. The way name Tanku or Nanku.
Dave Tanku.
Tanku get a safe seat. Why didn't send Jolene in a safe seat?
All the Africans they send is seats where they think is marginal and they feel like why they didn't send Jolene Johnson Augustine? You talk facts.
Oh, wait now.
Right?
Wait, hold on, wait.
The same David Nackle.
Wait, hold on, I'm asking a question. You hold on. Wait. So, you didn't send Jolene in a safe seat. Me give all you say. But I hearing now from members of your own party that it was a sabotage for she not to win. Listen, you know, that's what the man said last night. He said the black people wasn't to win nothing. So because of the bacchanal and you don't know what could have explode, leave her. Let her go there. Right? Put back money, lal. And I'm minding the business, you know. And I'm minding the business. But let me read this for you before you say anything. Only plagiarizing the place. Let me tell all of this. I always say, to each his own, and stop thieving people think what them belong to you. How bad that looking. So Mr. Stammer congratulated Joe Biden on his election as President of the United States of America. Listen to what he said in his press release. He ran a campaign on the values that we in the United Kingdom share: decency, integrity, compassion, and strength. And I want to congratulate Kamala Harris on being elected Vice President, the first woman of color to take that role. Their victory is one of for hope and unity over dishonesty and division. Oh, you hear that? Let me read it again. Their victory is won for hope and unity over dishonesty and division. Millions of Americans of all backgrounds and ages have come together to vote for a better, more optimistic future. This is also an important moment for the world. I continue to tell you all that. I pray God Joe Biden and Kamala Harris winning the election, the world will see a change. That's how I feel.
And this election, Sharon, was a keen election where the world had inches of. Look even here what Maduro say. The same Maduro say right now, he feel there's better hope now for bilateral talks.
Thank you.
With America.
I said it here on Friday.
Right, the same Maduro. And when people look, I follow this election so keen, right? That even and you know, there's some people still saying, from in Trinidad here who belongs to a certain party that there was going on that Trump going to win.
Yes. But listen, it is a chance to reassert America's place as a force for good on the world stage. A nation that will work with Britain and other allies to defeat this pandemic and fight climate change. Joe Biden and the Democrats have always shared labor values, and links between our two parties remain strong. I'm looking forward to building on this and forging an even stronger relationship between the UK and the US. All of that is Starmer of the UK, right? All you listen to Kamala Persad-Bissessar now. 2 hours after his press release come out. Listen, all you hear what I just read for you. Listen, Kamala on. Congratulations to Joe Biden on his election as President of the United States of America. He ran a campaign on decency, integrity, compassion, and strength. I also want to congratulate Kamala Harris on being elected Vice President, the first woman and person of color to take that role. Their victories won for hope and unity over dishonesty and division. She cussing Trump now together with, right? She changed her tongue. Millions of Americans of all backgrounds and ages come together to vote for a better, more optimistic future. This is also an important moment for the world. It is a chance to reassert America's place as a force for good on this world stage, a nation that will work with TNT and other allies to defeat this pandemic. I am looking forward to Trinidad and Tobago forging an even stronger relationship between TNT and the USA. I offer President-elect Biden my best wishes for a successful term for himself as well as for the people of the United States of America. So Kamala Persad-Bissessar, sit down, or whoever write it for her. She didn't read before they sent it out. They copy and paste the man whole press release.
Oh.
But that's what she do.
Yeah.
Copy and paste the man whole press release and put Kamala Persad-Bissessar.
And put your pit here.
And put, well, wait. Wait.
Hmm?
Let me see if they were so brave. Well, I ain't see it. So she she take it down. I'm not seeing it.
On her page, it was that yesterday.
Yes, but it's not there. You seen it?
It was. Go back. That was a nice picture. No.
That is 5 days ago. To the top here will be here. 10 hours.
But it was all on the news yesterday. TV6 News.
All right. You see, they forget people could
TV6 News say what because they gave Dr. Rowley message what he sent, congratulating. But she take fraud, and I was saying that before, I say, don't be surprised. She'll come out and do like if she's the Prime Minister and congratulating on behalf of people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Because they so feel that we're stupid. They so feel that we are people on the internet, they're surfing all over the world. They're surfing all over the world, so you must catch on to them. Trinidad and Tobago. And that is what y'all wanted to push on us for prime ministership. You reach so far to now thief people press release and put your stamp and your face on it.
No shame.
No shame. But last night I listened to something that Skippy Barrington say. Oh God. Listen to me. It had some of them was on the live harassing him, who calling him drunkard. When he start, well, and he said we bomb to drop and who had tape to Lego and this, and when he start, I ain't see them at all. They disappear from on the live. They just take a mash breaks and they're gone. Trinidad and Tobago, I want to tell you how important this election was for me. Because, let me remind you carefully of all the things that was said and the treatment. I want to remind you all early in the elections of Trump. You remember Puerto Rico? How they were treated after the hurricane and so on? They ever get back their current properly and all of that? Let me remind you all, because somehow or the other, the same kind of thing following. If I didn't vote for you or I didn't support you, you have to wait in line. I want to remind you all, it's the same kind of behavior we were seeing in 2010 to 15. If you didn't support the UNC, you got nothing. And the East-West corridor was starved.
Sean, what's the pattern do in this election that just complete? Up to now, Trump ain't concede.
No.
And it was the same thing with Kamala
How much court? And every minute he run into court to stop that and they're throwing it out. Where's your proof?
Where's your evidence? Where's your proof? But coming back to, what's the pattern? You'll hear Kamala Persad said she's not going to concede defeat until the recount's finish. People must not forget. Watch the pattern. Watch it. I know you want
us a whole 8 days in
not only Hunt. La Hoqueta Talparo.
Well, I could talk for Hunt.
La Hoqueta Talparo. Toko, Sandy Grande. San Fernando West.
When those constituencies were finished, while Hunt continued to prolong and prolong.
Yeah, prolong. But I was talking about all the constituencies that she said they call a recount on, and they even went so far to ask a certain individual to call for a recount also in Tobago. And the person called for a recount. And look how long she took for the election at Bunguis to give the president the official results to declare Dr. Keith Rowley as the prime minister. She waited all those days, keep back the country from progress. And what we're seeing today in America and in Trinidad, that's why I said, thank God, 2 Trump lose. One in US and one in Trinidad.
Hey.
One in US and one in Trinidad.
And what about the one in Tobago?
Right? Well, the one in Trinidad is in charge of Trinidad and Tobago. People, right? That one in charge of Trinidad and Tobago. They said nobody in Tobago. Right? And look what taking place today. And then after they want to talk about you run a good campaign. I'm glad you read it, but she take people take and pick copy and paste. You run a good campaign. You talk about honesty. You talk about bringing the races together. But you had on your Facebook page where you had to take off, right? Africans eating grass, both male and female. People mustn't forget that, both male and female.
But you're running to
she said she don't know the difference between blank and black.
You're running to put your face on the people and them press release talking about the first person of color. Yes. You don't like people of color?
But you hear recently last week one of strong supporter, right? I didn't say it, they say it on your station. On this station, they call in and a matter of fact, they say certain things who don't like poor people. It was nice saying it. Right? And then you listen to the live. Now, jump into the forefront to make people feel she's still the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
Please.
But I do understand some people can't understand reality at all.
She don't know her place.
They don't understand reality at all.
We have an elected Prime Minister. You are not. Take your time and wait. You're jumping like
it's no more waiting for she nobody don't want her again. And what they fail to realize, the East-West corridor rejected Kamala Persad and BCS and the UNC. The East-West corridor reject her in 2015. After 2010, the by-elections, they reject her. They reject her in the local government election of 2013. People must not forget that. They come again and they reject her in the by-election of San Fernando, of Shogunas West. They also reject her in the by-election of St. Joseph. Then you come to the general election, you're lost. You come to the local election after again, you're lost. Right? You see completely they're rejecting her. They reject her also in the general election of 2020. So that just show you clearly that the East-West Corridor don't like your style of politics, right? And understand that. So don't matter who you try to butt up and put in the marginal constituencies. The marginal constituencies say, hey, we don't like the style of politics. It's not good for Trinidad and Tobago. Instead of bringing the people together, you all trying to divide us. You can't expect to call people all kind of name and then want the same set of people of a different ways to come and say walk with you to get the job done, walk with you hand in hand, hold my hand, my heart is pure, my hands are clean. A set of rhetoric, a set of lies, a set of deceitfulness. And when you see that coming from a woman who we put as the first prime minister, and I said it again, Trinidad and Tobago, Kamala Persad says I never won an election in Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh God, well the man said that
she never won an election.
He said
thank God was for the COP. Right? And better fail to realize like in 1986. In 1986. And who mashed it up? Who pulled out and formed Club 88? And then they went and formed UNC. And that was the end of the NAR. It's the same thing again. It's the same thing again. But when you, let me tell you something. Power is something when people get it, they don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to handle it. They feel that they get the power is forever. God does appoint government and remove government. And God does know who's the right people to rule a nation, to rule a country, to guide a country. That's why God removed Trump. That's why God removed Kamala not once, but twice. As we're talking about, I ain't talking about the other election she lost. We're talking about general election to govern Trinidad and Tobago. God removed her twice. Right? And when God removes somebody twice, God is telling us that person is not good for Trinidad and Tobago, and that person will never be good for Trinidad and Tobago. So no matter how they preach, don't matter what they say, watch the opposition bench in the Senate, watch the opposition bench in the lower house, and ask yourself, if these are the people that this woman could only find to represent us. Listen to them, watch how they operate. Some people going in there, going with the same attitude where they have outside, where they pick up for the side of the road, going into the lower house, trying to disrespect the speaker, right? Sending text message outside to post on your Facebook page. Never see that yet happening in while a sitting is going on. So that when they show them how you operate, and then people want to talk. Let me tell you something. If you see something wrong, you have to call it out when it's wrong. You can't see wrong and remain quiet. Right? You have to tell the population, hey, this thing is bad for us. This thing is not good for us. We have to move. Same thing with the government. If the government making mistake, we have to come out and say, hey, this is wrong. This is not the direction you have to go into. Right? The times of fooling people is over. We had to be truthful with one another. Just as how you listened to the press conference yesterday on the way forward for Trinidad and Tobago with concerning COVID-19. You could see a man talking the truth to the nation. Who don't like it? It will be hurtful, it will be bitter, it will be painful. But the man talking the truth in order to do things in place so that when we gradually open back out, we could be able to stem and curb this virus, because this virus dangerous. This virus dangerous. This virus is making your job down as slow. Look what I mean. You only listen to what Biden acceptance speeches. You hear what he talk about? The science in fighting the COVID-19 and listening to the experts. And we have been doing this since we start our first lockdown, because we heard a leader saying we have to listen to the science. We have to listen to the professionals in the field. We have to take their direction and know how to fight this virus. We cannot listen to people who knows nothing about the virus, people who knows nothing about science. And we had people before even the general election was called, was saying open the borders, open the rum shop. Only don't forget that. One say, I want to go and get a punch in. And them people still in our Senate today. Them people still in our upper house today. And our lower house. Only listening to who they have. I listened to one on a video. When I started here, I look at it. He talking about how much cabinet meeting in a year. And it'll be one cabinet meeting a week. And trying to criticize what the Minister of Finance say. I don't want to hear that from you. So when I rather to hear that from somebody who records are clean. I don't want to hear that from somebody who cannot come for life sport today when over 27 people was murdered. And then you going on Facebook and all this kind of thing and talking live and then going in our parliament to talk. What role model you are? What role model you are to children in this country? And I will always come here and tell the people as it is. If all they don't like me, I don't care. I don't want nobody to like Wendell Eversley. The only person I will love Wendell Eversley is God, my 2 sons and my daughter. Right? And the person who I'm going to get married to. That is the only people I will love Wendell Eversley. And I talking facts. And who don't like it, to hell with all you. So they could go on Facebook and cuss me. I didn't care. It could more cuss me, the more facts I coming out to all you. And the first thing they want about, I have PNM stooge. How come? Because I come in on Sharon program, I got a voice here. I have to take the voice. If I get a voice in any station to preach this message, I will take the voice. I will take the opportunity and preach the message. Right? And when I put things on my Facebook page, look what happened, what's going on with this doctor in South. I do an editorial and I had to read this editorial for Trinidad Tobago, you know. Look what happened in there. And I tell you all this, I am going in front of the parliament, I'm going in front of the Ministry of Health, I'm going in front of the medical board. If it's I alone have to start with this podcast, this doctor cannot be practicing medicine and ministering to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And we have to make a stand. We have to make a stand. We have the power in our hand. We the people have the power in our hand. We can't have a man telling us that we don't see. Right? We cannot have a man telling us that he patient want a particular race. Right? And he said the particular race, you know, he say who it is you want. They don't want no Negro. Right? He called me
it's
monkey.
Not Negro, he say.
I polishing it up. Oh. Right? So and then he called he said be like monkey. A doctor saying that.
I listen to me.
And when I want to only listen to my editorial this morning, you know, Trinidad and Tobago, we have to stand for something, right? You see what we get away. You see what America come together to unite. Because what? Because they see where racialism was going on and to destroy us.
You heard what they said is the most amount of people
vote
ever
come out and vote. And not only that, Sharon,
to send a message.
Look, Sharon, and not only that, when they complete the results. Right? And they declare as president-elect. The people swarm the streets, swarm the states, all over. My daughter tell me New York, if you see people all in New York, the people, black, Caucasian, everybody coming together as one because they see this. And listen to the speech what the man said. The man said, it's United States of America. It's not Democratic America or Republican America. And we have people here who want to divide us. And this morning, we have to open the eyes of people who love Trinidad and Tobago and who are true patriots. We have to love Trinidad and Tobago first. And we cannot have doctors. Doctors in this country saying he's millionaires. And who are the people making millionaires? Of your life. We cannot play with that. And if you all stay quiet this morning on that doctor, you all do not love what Trinidad and Tobago, and you all love what they're doing us, and you all love what they're saying about us. We must stop letting people embarrass us, stop letting people taking us as animals. The doctor said, we like monkeys, you know. We like monkeys. We get on like Floyd in America. Who is Floyd in America? He's an African. He went further and he said, with a stiff.
Listen to me.
Kill.
I'm looking for some. I had it there.
I read the medical board today.
Don't know who sent.
Is this we see in the next law association? How they operate with the members? Ramdeen. A judgment was handed down on Ramdeen by the appeal court of Trinidad and Tobago, the highest court. They order for you to be disciplined. Where the law association, the disciplinary committee, how come they didn't take no action on Ramdeen today? All you understand what going, look at the little girl, the doctor who made she remarks on the where she is today. Where that African doctor is today.
Listen, let me tell
the
you.
Ministry of Health act on it.
Somebody
so
out
where
there,
the Minister of Health today?
Hold on, Wendell. Somebody out there listening. There was this video with this guy. Oh gosh. Yesterday he broke down in tears, one of the reporters. To me, I put it up and not seeing.
The one but in America?
Yeah, you have it? You have
I
it?
have it. When I hear
somebody
that,
send it.
Cry.
Please send it back to me. I have it. I put it up and I'm not seeing.
Healing of the country.
I have it somewhere. I want to play it. You know why I want to play it? Many of us felt that same way and continue to feel the same way. But plenty of us afraid to open our mouth.
Yes.
And say
remain quiet. And remain quiet. We must stop letting certain people embarrass
Jr.
us.
Send it to me.
Right? We must condemn all form of racism. All. Right? We see what the Ransaran daughter did us. We see what and now you hear what that doctor says.
I need to get the voice recording.
He's a multi-millionaire. How you reach a multi-millionaire? Huh?
Is the same? Is the same nigger people that you call me? Don't afraid to say that you call me. Is the same people coming to your establishment?
And the same people who resemble monkey. He said we resemble monkey. And I want to thank another station yesterday that I listened to it in the morning. They played the whole speech. What the doctor said.
I don't want. I have to get it. Digital Dice, if you're listening to me, I need it. I want to get right. Somebody send it to me. Thank you very much.
Trinidad and Tobago.
To get it
Trinidad
edited.
and Tobago. I am
it.
telling you all this morning. Let us make a stand where that doctor is concerned.
Van Jones
I am
is the
leading
name.
a protest. If I alone have to stand up in front of the Ministry of Health, I am going to call on the Minister of Health to act. I am going to stand up in front of the Attorney General office. I am going to stand up in front of the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. I am going to stand up in front of the Prime Minister office. And I am going to stand up in front of the Medical Board of Trinidad and Tobago. And let me tell you this. You notice parliamentarians have to come out and condemn that doctor. I say parliamentarians, 41 of them, have to come out and condemn that doctor. We have to make sure that the Medical Board of Trinidad and Tobago act on that doctor. Do you remember Michael Jackson doctor who was trying to come to work here? What the Medical Board said? What the Medical Board said, no. He cannot. If he want to operate as a consultant in his private capacity, he could do that. And today, Dr. So still a doctor in Trinidad and Tobago. He could have made that remarks in America. He could have made that remarks in the United Kingdom. He could have made that remarks in Canada.
You're crazy,
He could have made that remarks even in Germany, South Africa.
You had to be crazy.
And still be Baptist this morning.
And we
as a people want to remain quiet.
Listen.
All entire getting insult.
We will take that lightly, and some people will say nothing. And even self, if they don't like
we can't let them
they
that
will
under the
not
carpet.
come out and say
Nothing.
anything. They will stay quiet, and it will continue. You see, this race talk, it ain't getting us nowhere.
It have to end.
Because all you're doing is looking to have an uprising here and a racial tension, and you need to stop it.
And Sharon,
and let me tell you something, Wendell. This is not something happening today. And this is how people feel. So now they feel it's okay and they have the privilege to exhale and let it out. This is not something happening today, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something while we talk about all of that. And that's straying from the point of the winnings of Joe Biden in the America. and Kamala Harris. This is how I feel. It's a win for the world.
For the world.
Trinidad and Tobago, you know, we have our families in the United States of America. And you are a man or half a man because he there until January.
On the 20th.
Who showed no compassion. I hear people cussing our Prime Minister, this Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And all he's trying to do, and his government, this government for Trinidad and Tobago, is to keep us safe and alive. And I hear them cuss. I went in a place, and I nearly jumped in, but I say, Sharon, you must choose your fight, and when you know you just do it. Let the people let them talk and make themselves a fool. You don't want to wear no mask. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. Well, go ahead. Because when you can't breathe, don't call Keith Rowley. When you can't breathe, don't call Terrence Dial Singh. When you can't breathe, don't call the CMO. We're trying to save our lives, and all you want to take it away. But the thing about it is, if you who doing the destruction will be the one to get it and not other persons, I would have said go right ahead. But something wrong with us in this country. We don't want nothing good for ourselves. Every day is hundreds of thousands of people being infected in America and other places. How many people dying? And only coming to talk a pack of rubbish. Eh? So I had to be careful to go to the doctors I need to go to. Because he might just inject me with a whole serum of COVID. Who knows if they get the chance. Dr. Rowley said, no alcohol. You know why? We're not taking time out to understand why it is being said. No alcohol. When you drink rum, all it does lose all your balance and thinking span does get very, very small. So you might start to spit all over the place. You might want to hold on one another and bust a kiss and carry on. Because the alcohol take control of you. Why we can't go out and dine? We have to have alcohol. When they go home, you drink your alcohol. Until we reach another area where we can open up a little more with more things. Why we can't be patient? Why everything must be hurried on? And I want this now. I tell all you. 2 persons that I know died from COVID. One of them was somebody I know very close to me, that's Polly's son. And I wasn't there, but I could have feel the pain out of Nicole. Every day, as much as I can talk to her, I could have feel that pain. When he leave home, nobody saw him, not until the death day of burial. What is wrong with you all? You were not still lying down on a bed fighting for life? I played many clips here of people telling you they can't breathe, struggling and fighting for air. And because of this racial tension, because it's a black man in Trinidad and Tobago who is the Prime Minister, and the cabinet wanting to save our lives, all you have a problem. If that was Kamala saying that, Pasad Bisesa, 90% of all you would not say the things all they're saying. Well, I want to be alive. I see it.
And this variety is not good, man.
I want to be alive. I want to see my grandchildren and my Isaiah get old enough where they can stand on their own 2 feet. I'm sure some of you all feel the same way. And that's why I said to you all, early in the election, a vote for Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the UNC. It's a vote for death for us. You think they would have been adhering to all the rules and protocols and regulations for us to keep alive? No way. And that's how this gentleman felt that he could have break down on the people's television to tell you how he felt. You all are sick, some of you all. And shame on you. Shame on you. You don't care about your senior citizens that are around you. You don't care about your children. You don't care about other persons, your neighbors. You don't care about nobody. You care about yourself. So because you want to drink and want to wine and dine, and because you want to fall down all over the place, you don't care about nobody else. No, you don't. When will it end? When will it end? Tell me. Tell me, when will it end?
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happy to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. This is vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. You know, I can't breathe. You know, that wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe. Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't know, and you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you, and you're worried about your kids and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her? And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together. And this is a big deal for us just to be able to get some peace and have a chance for a reset. And the character of the country matters. And being a good man matters. You know, I just want my sons to look at this. Look at this. You know, it's easy to do it the cheap way and get away with stuff, but it comes back around. It comes back around, and it's a good day for this country. I'm sorry for the people who lost. For them, it's not a good day, but for a whole lot of people, it's a good day. Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters.
Trinidad and Tobago. You understand how that Van Jones felt yesterday? Well, I felt just like that on August 10th. Just like that. Just like that. I fought hard. Long hours. Nobody didn't have to ask me. Nobody didn't have to pay me. I did it because I am interested in the well-being of Trinidad and Tobago. And I'll continue to do it. And not because I'm PNM and the government is a PNM-led government. And something is wrong, I'll come here and sit down and tell all you. Yes, it's right. If it's wrong, it can't be right. I have taken that stand as an individual. But we have plenty of all you can't take that stand. Plenty of you all can't take that stand. So I asked in Trinidad and Tobago this morning to stand up for something, or you'll fall flat on your face for nothing. Massachusetts, good morning.
Good morning, Western's Titans.
Good morning.
Mr. Boston. Look forward to when you'll be my neighbor. Let me just say, first off, Michelle.
Yes, my darling.
Are you there? What I'd like to say is I apologize. All right? But, Mr. LC.
Yes, morning.
You know, if you were to edit the same way Mrs. Defessor pillage that statement by the minister in England.
Yeah.
She would just cross out what she said about Mr. Biden and put in Dr. Rowley's name, and cross out the USA and put in Trinidad and Tobago. Look at the kind of praise that she gave to Dr. Rowley. The same way she steals something from somebody else. Just change those two things. Put in Dr. Rowley's name, put in Trinidad and Tobago. And that woman was highly praising Dr. Rowley. But she can't do that. Here it is that she was calling for sanctions against Trinidad and Tobago by the Trump administration. Even Mr. Trump turned around and ignored the whole thing. He didn't even respond. He leave it alone. And here it is that now she wants to come and praise the vice president or the president-elect. As already pointed out, look at all the negative things that Mrs. Besessa and her UNC party are saying about black people in Trinidad and Tobago. And because the vice president-elect of the United States of America is a combination of African and Indian, now all of a sudden she wants to come and praise people of color. 1 minute, the people who you were once placed in charge of, you and your party degrading these people as much as you can whenever you can. But when one of them outside the nation ascend to the second most powerful position in the United States of America and probably the entire world, all of a sudden you're coming to praise that person of color? Eh? All your name might sound the same. Your first name might be Kamala. Her first name is Kamala. It's 3 syllables, no, not 2.
Yeah, Kamala.
So go get it up. You understand? And you know, when you see I reach upstairs and I enter that bedroom, the channel is changed from CNN and MSNBC without me even pushing a dial, because it changed because them people and them was only promoting Trump throughout the entire election. In 2016, all they was hearing was Trump's entire speeches. Anytime the man would go to the microphone, they do an analysis before, they hear his entire speech, and then analysis afterward. You never see them do that with Mrs. Clinton. If you heard 5 of Mrs. Clinton's speeches in the entirety, you heard a lot. But every time this man go in front of a mic, they have to cover him. That is free publicity. He didn't have to spend no money in publicity because he was able to push his agenda. And the same thing with this Biden. How many speeches have you heard in its entirety by Vice President Biden as opposed to what you heard with Trump? They get so tired of hearing all of his speeches that they end up, we're not carrying it anymore. Then carrying it, but they go and pull out excerpts and criticize it, and you still ain't getting none of Biden. And what happened? Biden come and bust them up. Even though he didn't have that kind of publicity. You know why? Because the people wanted change. The same way like in Trinidad and Tobago. They did change, they loved the change was sweet, so they say, hey, it's so nice, they had to do it twice. And Dr. Rowley's administration is back. And you know, just replace Biden with Rowley, replace America, with Trinidad and Tobago. Just do that. Just read it just like that. And you'll see the accolades. But she can't do that. And them doctors and them who want to, you know, all the years I've been in New York, if and when I go by, I ain't calling no roti shop name. Any roti shop I go by, it are lines, black people lining up for roti, lining up for doubles, lining up for. I don't see no Indians in the roti shop.
And in Queens too. And in Queens too. Go Queens. And I ain't calling the roti shop name. Go Jamaica Avenue in Queens.
You know, and the thing is, we support other people, but other people don't like to support us. When you go into black-owned restaurants, you don't see Indians. You go into an Indian restaurant, you see black people. We support other people because we are loving people. And then when if one thing and I'm getting off the air because I know it takes a long time. The head of Heineken and the head of Guinness in 2 separate interviews said that if it wasn't for the African purchasing of those 2 products, they would be non-existent today. It's the African community that is keeping them in the black. Financially speaking, means profitable. So if the head of these, people want to drink Guinness, they want to drink Heineken. And yet it's the black dollar that keeping these people in power. I never hear with any of these 2 products on 91.9. But we just sponsor them singers and them, they just go up there and they just hold up beer and they hold up liquor, they have t-shirt, they have hat, they have all kind of things, advertising all these people. And you don't hear any of those products being advertised on this frequency. We supporting people who don't support us, yet we want to be respected. If they don't have to earn our respect, why should they respect us? Because we're supporting them regardless. Thanks for taking my call. I gone. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you very much.
My fellow Americans and the people who brought me the dance, Delawareans. I see my buddy Senator Tom Carper down there, and I think Senator Coons is there, and I think the governor's around. And is that Ruth Ann? And that former Governor Ruth Ann Minner. Most importantly, my sisters-in-law and my sister Valerie. Anyway. Folks, the people of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory, a convincing victory, a victory for we the people. We've won with the most votes ever cast on a presidential ticket in the history of the nation. 74 million. What I must admit has surprised me. Tonight, we're seeing all over this nation, all cities and all parts of the country, indeed across the world, an outpouring of joy, of hope, renewed faith in tomorrow, bring a better day. And I'm humbled by the trust and confidence you've placed in me. I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify, who doesn't see red states and blue states only sees the United States. And work with all my heart, with the confidence of the whole people, to win the confidence of all of you. And for that is what America, I believe, is about. It's about people. And that's what our administration will be all about. I sought this office to restore the soul of America, to rebuild the backbone of this nation, the middle class, and to make America respected around the world again. And to unite us here at home. It's the honor of my lifetime that so many millions of Americans have voted for that vision. And now, the work of making that vision is real. It's a task, the task of our time. Folks, as I said many times before, I'm Jill's husband. And I would not be here without her love and tireless support of Jill and my son Hunter and Ashley, my daughter, and all our grandchildren and their spouses and all our family. They're my heart. Jill's a mom, a military mom, an educator, and she has dedicated her life to education. But teaching isn't just what she does, it's who she is. For American educators, this is a great day for y'all. You're going to have one of your own in the White House. And Jill's going to make a great First Lady. I'm so proud of her. And I'll have the honor of serving with the fantastic Vice President who you just heard from, Kamala Harris, who makes history as the first woman, first black woman, the first woman from South Asian descent, the first daughter of an immigrant ever elected in this country. Don't tell me it's not possible in the United States. It's long overdue. And we're reminded tonight of those who fought so hard for so many years to make this happen. But once again, America's bent the arc of the moral universe more toward justice. Kamala, Doug, like it or not, your family, you become an honorary Biden, there's no way out. All those of you who volunteered and worked the polls in the middle of this pandemic, local elected officials, you deserve a special thanks from the entire nation.
You know, I had to play that this morning. If I didn't play that, I would have been a hypocrite to the highest order. Hold your calls, guys. Hold your calls. Let me tell you why I want you to hold your calls. Today I'm a proud black woman sitting here before you. You heard what he said? You heard what he said? In other words, he embraced the Africans.
Ansha.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. So, thank you. Good evening. So, Congressman John Lewis, before his passing, wrote, "Democracy is not a state, it is an act." And what he meant was that America's democracy is not guaranteed. It is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it. to guard it and never take it for granted. And protecting our democracy takes struggle, it takes sacrifice, but there is joy in it, and there is progress, because we, the people, have the power to build a better future. And when our very democracy was on the ballot in this election, with the very soul of America at stake, and the world watching, you ushered in a new day for America. To our campaign staff and volunteers, this extraordinary team, thank you for bringing more people than ever before into the democratic process. And for making this victory possible. To the poll workers and election officials across our country who have worked tirelessly to make sure every vote is counted, our nation owes you a debt of gratitude. You have protected the integrity of our democracy. And to the American people who make up our beautiful country, thank you for turning out in record numbers to make your voices heard. And I know time.
And just like that, I feel even more proud. And even to see the campaign manager of Biden's campaign was Simone Saunders, that strong black woman. Trinidad and Tobago, I wonder if you understood what was said. Things could only happen to you if you sit down and allow it to, you know.
Yes. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. We in Trinidad have to play a very important part with what is going on. We see what's took place in America. You see the healing process begin in America with the acceptance speech of President-elect and his Vice President. And we in Trinidad and Tobago have to let our voice be heard against racism of all kind. And I'm going to do my part, especially what we have seen today in Trinidad and Tobago and by certain professionals. We have to let our voice be heard. And I am saying to you this morning, Trinidad and Tobago, who are listening, I am going to make sure that the medical profession act where this doctor is concerned. And I want you, the people, to join with me. I want you, the people, to inbox me, and I will give you all a copy of this man voice, what he did on a recording, which was recorded, and what he said. You all will be shocked. And I want you all to put up his picture on your Facebook page, on Twitter. Let the world know what this medical professional is saying about African people. And I listen to what he said on this voice recording over and over, and I had to do an editorial on my Facebook page, and I want to share it with Trinidad and Tobago. And I want you all to join with me, because I'm not leaving it here. As I said, I am going in front of the Minister of Health office. I am going in front of the Prime Minister office. I'm going in front of Parliament. I'm going in front of the Attorney General office. And I'm going in front of the Medical Board. This doctor cannot be a doctor practicing his profession in Trinidad and Tobago and disrespecting a certain race. And I want you all to listen to my editorial this morning. For the past few days, I have been struggling with my thoughts to create a balance on how to highlight the current heavily publicized racist comment by Dr. Shaw, and not to encourage further strife and divide in Trinidad and Tobago. But this is extremely difficult to achieve, as we have not yet sufficiently healed from the comments made by a family member of the Ramsaran Daily product that were rude and offensively racist. Here now, we have another prominent businessman boasting of having Negro customers and openly admitting his patients are racist and do not want to be cared by Negro nurses. Rather than use his knowledge to the best of his ability to help his cripple-minded patient to see the errors of their way and move away from a racist divide, he further portrayed the racist movement. Now on social media, the argument on racist behavior was only downplayed by many from the East Indian community as being as equal product to both Afro-Trini and the Hindi Trini. However, members of the East Indian community continue to disgracefully prove this wrong. You may ask, why am I highlighting this? The answer is, only when we eradicate racial divide, we will be able to stand together as a united country. And when we achieve this, we will be able to have the full force of the power that is invested in the electoral process. Trinidad and Tobago, we cannot let this doctor get away scotch-free. You'll see where the world, and even you listen to the newscasters all over America, Fox Channel, BBC, CNN, NCC News, you listen to it, all saying one thing about the current president and his behavior. You all heard the world talk about him. And now we see America, a president elected in his acceptance speech said last night, now is the time to bring all race together. He said we have to get this evil that was plaguing the United States of America, and for people to see us now as a United States of America and not a divided America. So when we have doctors in high profession in Trinidad and Tobago could be saying these things about us, and I butter it up. I said Negroes. But if you all listen to what he said on the recording and call us monkeys too, I am saying today the Minister of Health must act. I am saying today the Prime Minister must act, because if the Prime Minister had made such statement, today we'd have calling for his head to go. And I am saying also the Medical Professional Board of Trinidad and Tobago must act. And anybody support this attitude, this conduct of this doctor, you all do not like Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm going to tell you all today, and I'm saying it public, I'm giving out to you all my number. 719-4804. We have to start a movement to say no to all form of racism in this country. And I want you all to stand with me. We have to let this doctor know his place. The Medical Board of Trinidad and Tobago have to act. This is a very important board. The Minister of Health have to act, because this same doctor will be in our public institutions attending to us as Africans. What are you going to say? What would he tell his young doctors when he have to consult with them and when we have patients to look after? But he tell them, I'm just saying, to do something that will harm us. Trinidad Tobago, the ball is in your court now. And I'm giving you all back my number, 719-4804. We are not going to let nobody, no matter what field they are, what institutions they belong, what race they come from, insult us. Time to put country first.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, we can open the lines and take your calls. We can do that at this time. You can call 342-0081, 466-5391. And if you're using your overseas number, the 718-874-3860. Remember, you can see us live in studio on the Street 919 FM on Facebook. On YouTube, it's Street live stream. And I'm asking you to be as tight as possible with your contribution. The lines are going crazy. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I have three quick points.
Good morning.
I have $100 come from former minister. See, that lady, before the vice president, I don't know why dress. I want the teenager between 10 to 15 years old to tell me the reason why she don't know why dress, and I give her 100 TT. Right?
Purity.
Right, that's one. The other one, Wendell, yes. I ain't worried about the doctor. Here with the doctor, and the one, Biden lost his wife, his son, and I think even his daughter.
Yes. Yeah.
In an accident.
His first wife.
Yes, let's move on. Wendell, I ain't worried about the doctor. Here what the doctor said to us, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. The people who attend his office are what? Racist. So then I had to frighten about the taxi driver I get in car with, that was of East Indian descent. I had to frighten about the doubles man. I had to frighten about the parks place man. Because I don't know the doctor, I don't know who this is the doctor is referring to, which section of my population. Is it a lawyer, attorney general, former attorney general? What are going to enjoy your morning?
This is a serious thing.
Serious?
This is a serious thing people don't understand, All right. Caller, good morning.
Morning. I wanted to a message to the doctor to him monkey and he's calling us on America. Right? We're on America for 2 consecutive terms, 8 years. Right? And now we have a vice president. Big way. Then take that to the pipe and smoke it.
And wait, you forgot to tell him the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is an African. The President is an African. And you hear what he say? He's a multi-millionaire.
He said and resemble
monkeys. You could have how much money you want.
And I understand what I think is Bartaya.
Yeah.
You see him worry but Bartaya also. Listen to what the doctor words also say. He said all we just do is kill and rob and thief. He also said We like Floyd in America. He also said that we are monkeys. Dangerous words. He described our race.
Caller, good morning.
Morning. I support everyone in this, and we have to go on this drive.
Thank you.
Time we tell you, because what's me for the election, when the election going in Trinidad and Tobago here, you hear what they was saying, right? You could do this and you could do that. I went to wash my Hilux vehicle by the same man of course I'm going to. The man charged me when there's 275, right? In Arima opposite Fiantech. 275 for the instant under wash. You know when I remember the man after the election, the man charged me 375 for watching. I say, sure, I'm paying the money. I pay. Let's just show you then what it is going on. And it's going on a while now, and it gets worse after this election. This election with Trinidad Tobago and USA, take a look at it. It's the same thing. These people do all sorts of wrong things under the UNC partnership. And look at the amount of votes they get. What should happen with Donald Trump? It is the same thing. People, it's time for healing. If we don't do that, the country will never move forward. I would say on this 100%.
Thanks.
Thank you for doing this. Keep the fire burning. I would say all the way.
Yes.
Thank you very much, caller.
Yes.
Just to give you some information, we end the week on November 8th, which is today, with Vibes Sunday at 5 p.m. featuring Kerry John with the MVMNT. IWER Stage will be streaming live on the Street 919 FM's Facebook page, Neil IWER George Facebook page, IWER George on Instagram, IWER TV, and the Street on YouTube. Support our local culture. It's free for you, but not for us. Please make your online donation before or during the show to FUNDMETNT.com. You simply search IWER Stage and select the campaign for the night you are donating to. From there, payment is as with all online transaction using your credit or debit card. For my foreign fans, please use Cash App payable to Neil IWER George. Tune in and be a part of these dynamic series of concerts. IWER Stage one-on-one with the artists, supported by Tuco, taking care of business through our music. Pantry & Bagel and Youth Store, Lady Hills Avenue in San Fernando. Give them transition lenses from Value Optical. Give your eyes a more comfortable life with transition lens. Your eyes are always protected 100% from UV rays. Plus, they have the added protection against the dangers from blue light and glare. Transition lenses adapt to changing light, so your eyes have maximum comfort indoors and outdoors, no matter the time of day. And now you have 4 new colors to choose from. So express your style. Ask for transition lenses at Value Optical. Caring for your eyes. And the convenience matters when you shop at www.americanstorestt.com. Delivery within the blink of an eye, or pick up at any one of our branches nearest to you. Get 10% off all website purchases and save when you bundle up, furnish your living room whilst in the comfort of your bedroom. Check us, Facebook and Instagram, for further information. Shopping made easy at American Stores. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Hope you all having a great day.
Caller, you need to, your song in muzzle. We hardly hearing you. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, better.
Okay. I agree with what Brandon has said. And it's not only in the medical field. The education is totally bad also. So we're going straight across the board. It's just coming out just more, but it has always been there.
Caller, you're calling from 685?
Yes.
Right, good, nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sharon, morning.
Good morning, caller.
Just to add to what I said just now about Black President of America. And it was also sung by a popular calypsonian in this country seeing a black prime minister, a black president of America, right? I'm not saying it cannot happen, but we ain't seen an Indian president yet, not even foreseeing one. Thank you.
Jenny?
I'm one of my select morning, Mr. Evans.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Callers on 91.9, Mr. Chance, our guru, Mother Tana Puna, the Golden Girls, Mary the friend. With regards to the situation with the doctor, what has happened in this country, there has been a pacifying of those type of behavior. There has never been any response in any real way to it. What happens is that some person of Indian descent continue to make racial statements or behave in a manner that is antisocial to the society. And if person of African descent speak out about it, there's a reversal in playing the victim. And I think it's a psychological tool that they use. And then we become all defensive and we continue to say, well, we don't say nothing about it. Education is very important in this situation, and the time has come now, because you see all over the world what is happening, that we must have an open and frank discussion about race relations in this country. And it's not only good enough to say not all Indian people think like that. Those who don't think like that has to come out in a real way. Not just tell us when they see us in the road, I don't think so, you know, or make a comment. They need to come out in a real way and address it publicly so that we would know that they are not in tune with what is happening and stand in defense with all other races against what is happening. But they don't do it. So the assumption is for some of us is that all of them do it. But we know it's not a totality thing. But they need to come out in a real way and speak against it. And it's not good enough just to hide behind the fact that you're saying the doctor made a private call and his private practice, and he can choose who he wants. That is okay to say that. However, it is in the open now. So we know how he's thinking. So what do we do as a society? Do we just say, well, that is his place and just don't go there? Is it good enough to continue saying that, or are we going to take any real decision? Because when the woman had called into Ampere and should have made her racist statements, it came out, and what happened? We understand that the guy who worked in Ampere, in fact, was punished or suspended or something, and she was allowed just to continue saying what she's saying. When is this going to stop? When are we going to face reality? We have racism in this country, and it has to be dealt with. We can't sweep it under the carpet no more. It does nothing for us and for our children and our society. So the education has to start, and we have to stop playing the victim. Person of Indian descent, stop playing the victim. When you talk and we respond, do not say the victim like we all did you all something. We have to address this in a logical way.
Because Jenny, the answer, when we give the answer, that is when they play the victim.
Yes.
Exactly, because they are allowed to say N-word and
this morning, Jenny.
If we were to say the C word, when you look in the dictionary, the C word simply means somebody who carry loads on their head, right?
Yes.
But when you look in the dictionary, the N word, you say it says racial connotation against a race, right? Okay. So while if we were to use that word, the whole place was, oh my God, how could you say that? But when you use the N word and monkey word, it's like, guys, how them does think? No,
yes.
We must address this. This is not going to go. It's getting worse. It has gotten worse under the Kamla Prasad Bissessa regime. And there seems to be a liberty that they can say what they want, do what they want, and we just recede and say, that is how it is. No, we need to stop it, and we need to change that thinking, because we're going to see more of Dr. Sao and others like him coming out. What do we do? Because no longer just simply say it's not all of them like that. They need to come out who are not like that and stand with us.
And condemn it.
Yes.
They need to stand with us and condemn it. Stand side by side with your African brother, your Chinese brother, your Syrian brother, and say, we will not tolerate this type of behavior by nobody in this society. And then I will feel a little more comfortable. In the absence of that, my Indian brothers and sisters who don't think like that, you all need to step up. You all need to step up. Step up in a real way.
And I like what the caller said, because when you go and you look at the meaning of monkey, look at the meaning of monkey. I never see myself swinging on a tree. I never see myself making a certain song. And when you can have a doctor, and also this doctor operate a big private institution in South, And also, in our public institution, we cannot remain silent on these things anymore. I am telling you, I'm going to lead this movement. For too long, we haven't won. These insults, we just get out from what the Wansaran, I remember the Wansaran family said, with that product.
And now,
where our children in schools just be drinking it. In the school feeding program, where they be selling the shelves. Hear what she said? What should be put? And then we just simply apologize and sweep it. What about the young African doctor? The intern? When she makes she comments, where she is today, she out of her job. She out of her job because people came out and protest and condemn it. The Minister of Health act on it. We cannot have these people disrespecting us so. Remember the director at Shagaramas? What he said? And then the former minister, Botiwari, remove him. But the damages was already done. And I could go into a whole line of insults publicly by these people. We had on a former Prime Minister page, Facebook page. Have we eaten grass of women? Grass in the mouth. Say we hungry. We cannot allow racism in this country anymore. We have to see ourselves as Trinidadians and Tobagonians. I love my country. I am a patriotic for my country. I want to be proud. I just argue with people when they try to attack my country. Because I am defending my country till the end. That's why I took the stand against what happened in 1990. It was an attack on our democracy. I alone stand up and continue standing up and continue fighting to let people know that we cannot have a 1990 again in Trinidad and Tobago. And what we are going to see now, we want to have a racial war. We want people to take in the street and attack another race and bloodshed. We have to end it. I don't want talkers. I want actioners now to stand with me, to fight for Trinidad and Tobago. This is our home. This is our home. We have to make our home a paradise so that every creed and race can enjoy the benefits of what God put in the soil for us and what God put in the atmosphere for us, what God put in the sea and in the rivers for us, so that we could be a nation where the world could see us as a role model. And we have people here want to insult us. So, when they're in the private capacity, what did they say about us? How did they describe us? And then in front of our face, they laugh and talk with us. Are you going to continue to be insulted by them? Are you going to continue to say, he giving me $5 and I'm staying quiet? Show them you're worth more than $5. That's all I could tell you. Show them you're worth more than $5. We have to draw the line. And we have to say Trinidad and Tobago first. First.
Caller, good morning.
Morning, Sharon. Morning, Wendell.
Morning.
Yeah, Mr. Chance, Mami Source, Teresa Conliffe, Miss Cummins, Starsky, Mr. Fireman, I hear you. Yes, Sharon. This is serious business, as Wendell say, you know. We cannot let this thing sweep under the rug, you know. Because, let me tell you, you see how what happened in America election and what happened in Trinidad election prove that we save ourselves from that racism. It's a serious business here. People now seen it. They now coming to the light. And let me tell you something. When things happen, it happens for a reason, for people to open their eyes. Trinidadian, African Trinidadians, all you control Trinidad and Tobago. You see what the black American in America is trying to do? Trying to control America now? You see what is happening there now? Do not let that happen in your land. We have to get out there and show that doctor and the UNC party that we will not stand for racism, and we will control this country. The African man will control it. And if they can't take that, and they have a motherland, let them go which part they belong. All right, Sharon, you all have a nice day. I say my part, and Wendell, I listen for when you're ready. Okay, have a good day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Grandy. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Sharon.
Morning.
Yeah, no. What they're saying is so true, Sharon. This morning I vexed, I raging vexed this morning. Because this shipping has been going on too long, and I want to hear people like understand all the African women running and anti-camera in the UNC, how all they feeling, what that doctor said this morning. All they like Judas, all these kind of people that fell out, all these people in slavery. You understand? Just for small money, for personal benefits. And all the four parents had us to take rape, torture, murder, abuse, because all they get a little eat of food. And that is what they turn on and do people. You understand? This thing with this doctor, Mr. Wendell, is you have my support. And all radio stations are pushing for it. I want to hear, I don't want that they are sing, I don't want no peace things. I want action. Because when I was a little African girl, you run out there and you fire her. I PNM and I'm proud, but I want action, Mr. Dialton. We calling on you and we going far. We pushing this thing. We're not letting it sleep left under the map. We pushing it all the way. Sharon, good program and locked on and listening as usual. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 11:29 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Go ahead, Bataria.
Think about it, eh? If that is the case, what kind of secretary you have presently now that would tape him to do that? Think about that. Think about how upset the secretary is about her boss man, if she of the same race.
Let me tell you, no, she's not of the same race. I understand. I understand she's Douglas, something like that.
All right.
And she said the reason why she stayed there because she said she was abused verbally by both husband and wife. And she had to make the hours. She had to make the hours because of her internship. So she had to make the hours so that her document be signed. So she had to take everything.
Yeah, that's a secretary and a janitor.
And a janitor. Doing all kind of things. And not paying her for overtime. And not paying her for the overtime when they work the overtime.
And on top of that, he told her, right, that anybody going to be employed, he want a passport size picture of them.
But he's not racist. But no, and the point I was making.
And then he said this one.
Where he going already.
He says,
think about what he said to us. He said, "My patients."
Yes, that is racist people.
So then that was saying. So then the doctor is only one man. I have a concern about the wider Eastern. We say they're not also.
And that's why I'm asking people.
There is what more than we thinking.
Yes, and that's why people have to join in this fight.
Exactly, we have enough is enough.
Yes, you have to join me in this fight.
No, because here we're going on. We had the opposition leaders made a statement. PNF don't see it. What?
The children.
All right. So if it comes from the head, what you expect goes down the road.
And not on that, and check the Facebook page. Have African girls with grass in their mouth.
All right.
And you want to be the prime minister of this country? And if I talk about it, I have PNM too. When that everything belongs to PNM, I hold no party card.
Again, according to my female guru, we are custom. If we say the C word, them feel offended. But again, somebody does total and it goes across the board, whether African or Indian. But the other word doesn't apply. But we accept that for years and say move on. At the time we had enough of that. Enjoy the morning.
Thank you very much. Caller, good morning. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sharon.
Morning.
and the co-host and your Trinidad and Tobago. Let me say something that no one in the UNC or in the Hindu community of Trinidad and Tobago can deny. Since they so-called arrived here, well, to begin with, they didn't arrive because it wasn't a cruise ship and it wasn't a 747 that they come on. But since they reach here, since they chose to come here and stay here because everybody came on a 5-year contract. And the 5-year contract, now after that, they didn't want to go back to where they came from. Now, no high caste Indians didn't come here to cut cake, no Brahmins. For 2 reasons. Because historically, the British didn't want Brahmins to come here. For 2 reasons. The Brahmins were physically weak because these are guys who high up on a spiritual kind of level, and these guys used to more smoke ganja, meditate, eat a little bit of food, and conduct certain rituals among the population and things. And the second reason is because the Brahmins were known to incite violence against the British in India. No, that is why Brahmins didn't come here. So all the Devans and the Deswan claim themselves to be Brahmins. History has proven where they changed the low caste names to high caste names upon arrival. Now, nothing different has been preached within the Hindu community from the religious men from that time to now. And they kept the same caste system. The same caste system that of Africa as if they are dogs, that is how they see us. And we have to be very careful about it because as time went on, some people got civilized to a point where they don't want any part of that nonsense. So they said, hey, what, I will join this party, I will do this and I will do that, right? But at the end of the day, the majority and the leadership within the community, within the Indian community, have always had an agenda from since 1913. I spoke of it on because I have a new book called The Hidden Agenda of Race Relations in Trinidad and Tobago. I spoke of it on Juliet's show on Friday, and she gave me a book review on Wednesday. My name is Bernard Yorching. And I know you know Mommy Source very well. She has the book, so you could probably source one for yourself. But at the end of the day, what I'm telling you is fact. It's all based on fact. Now, what we need to understand is that leadership Kamlande have their agenda. You all can remember when she always used to say she was advised. Who do you think was advising her? Who do you think was advising her for all what she did and so-called missteps? It was many missteps. I can remember when they first started to speak of missteps. That same Devan Maharaj, he's speaking now as if he is this big holy man and want to see things right. He turned and made a statement that he has not made one yet. So all the ethnic stocking that was taking place at government institutions and state enterprises and all that what she was doing, all that was organized, all that is what they organized with their agenda. And we need to unite our people. Our greatest disability is the fact that our people are not united. Our people are not united because they say, well, I am Baptist, I am Catholic, I am Seventh-day Adventist, I am this and I am that. But at the end of the day, we have to realize that when we go for a job or a loan at the bank, they don't see our religion, they see us. They see us. But keep a good program. My sister and my brother there are looking at the brother here on the internet, and I know he's a man have been fighting in the struggle for the right thing, you know, and you'll keep up with the good show.
Thanks.
But these people never had an intention to unite. Their agenda is to take over Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of the Caribbean. You understand? They went after Marlene. They went after Camille Robinson Regis. They went after Pantrin Bego. Right? They went after David Williams. Why not go behind the man who had the big house in Gulfview and Carmovine?
Oh God, caller, talk it.
Why not go behind the man with the 750 million
a person there all
Panama?
the time. All the time. Nobody goes.
All the time, and he can't move in.
You know why?
He can't move in, but if they had one, he'd already living there.
Of course.
You understand?
And let me tell you, When that house came on the forefront, here now, what they didn't do to me is what they didn't try to do. I understand people was paid on different stations to cuss me. One particular man who went after me, and when they done, they try to go after my family. I tell only one day, I go tell all of this story. Today he's dead. Today he's dead. He went after me with all, he went after me in full force. And I tell them, I'm a child of God. I go stand up right here to see the truth. And the truth will set me free. And today he's dead. Not saying that all of you are dead, but today he's dead.
Let me tell you something here. Right now, they are paid Lake Bottom African assassins in the media. Paid LBA, Lake Bottom African assassins in the media. And they get a little chance to drive a little Mercedes Benz and they feel like that is the whole world. And they're willing to sell out the whole community. They will pimp out the mother to the UNC. That is the kind of people. And they're calling themselves community activists. And they're calling, what have they ever done for anybody in the community but themselves? Ask them that. Ask them what sacrifices have they ever made for the African community. When Mr. Monroe tried to do something, everybody crying down. Spend $4 million. $4 million. And when we call the big African expo on the Gongs and Bataria there, nobody didn't come out. You know why? Because they're too comfortable. That Marcus Garvey said black people would never know themselves till they're back against the wall. And I hope we do have to reach there, because if we are noticed, we're back against the wall, you know. Or back against the wall, you know. When I led the two protests at UTT against racism and discrimination and corruption in 2011 and 2012, I can remember Mr. Manning telling me, he said, Bernard, they only talking about discrimination. He said, if the PNM were discriminatory, Indians would own 80% of the businesses. He said 19% is Chinese, Syrians, whites, and others, and 1% is African. He said if we were discriminatory, it wouldn't have free tertiary education and free grants for everybody. But, Gil, I know you're busy and you have your callers, so I would rest there for today, but thank you for the opportunity. We're not for voicing no opinion, you know, and you all stay strong. Stay strong.
Thank you very kindly. Deep South.
Good morning. Good morning.
Your number's so close to Deep South. Good morning, Mrs. Crosby.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Sharon. You ready for me?
Yes,
for me, I was talking.
Yes. You alone.
Hello, you with me?
Yes, Mrs.
Sharon,
Crosby.
Morning, Sharon. Morning, Wendell. Morning, everybody. It seems as though the monkey money that this doctor was receiving, like he get too heavy for him, that he say he can't take it. He had to turn a monkey also to get some more money. Like what the monkeys are getting. The only difference, a monkey had to be a monkey for no a monkey. But the monkey guy get to know doesn't climb the tree like how he are climbing for Balatas. So they be careful how he using the words monkey and tohu. Because we don't know if we may see people jumping up like monkey and want to see that that doctors and educated and who done and who ain't done. So let him be careful how he's using his words. Right? Okay then. Bye.
Thank you very much.
We have to be one to one.
So true.
Okay.
People don't understand, and you know, we encourage people to treat us the way they do.
Huh?
We encourage people to treat us the way they do. So I said it here and I say it again. I was chastised to the highest order. Wendell know that. Look him sitting down there, he know that. It's all kind of thing was done. Try to be done. All you can't take me down. All you can't take me down. Anytime I go down is because God wanted to happen. So all you can't take me down. They went after me. And you know, I don't want to tell all you know. Let me tell you the next thing they did to me. And all of these black Africans, you know. A particular gentleman who was working here with us. Right? You cussing the PNM day in, day out. Me, I have nothing to do with that. That is not my business. I can defend myself when I come in front of this mic. And I ain't afraid to do it. And I ain't afraid to tell nobody what to tell them. Because nobody can pull down my pants and cut my tail. The only man I fear is God. So, you're cussing the government, but you went to seek employment in a constituency. Me, I know nothing about it. It's not my business. I know nothing about it. Next thing, I get a call saying how people calling my name and say how I victimize any man. Me, I working in no ministry. I don't know nothing about it. You hear what I'm telling all you? So I call the particular gentleman to find out what it is. The man start abuse me. So I answer back. The dead victim or the dead man, that was Wendell good friend. It was all of us friend. He called me to ask me my side of the story and what happened. But a recording, I want to tell all you know, a recording on a chat that belonged to a group. They take it and they send it to him and they sit down and they grin because he take it and he put it on the internet to say how I cuss. But I don't care. I cuss. And you know why I cuss? I answer back. And you have to know I'm not a mad woman to just cuss you just so. You had to interfere with my space. Or you had to cuss me for me to answer you back. So my boy played the victim role and they put me up on thing. I don't care. Because when you listen to it, you would see I was defending my space. You feel I had crazy. You go to seal my lip, you go cuss me and I will cuss you back. Eh? So I so stupid and I so dumb. Eh? So you do all kind of thing, but you never tell them what you do to me. And plenty of them who say there's African leaders. I want to tell you, you know, instead of calling me to ask me, might condemn me. Yeah, my brother, who does want to come and play? I'm an African this and African that. African my foot. All these convenient African leaders. I could lead my own path through Jesus' eyes. I don't want to lead nothing for me. Because that is why they treat us that way. We don't have respect for our own self, neither our brothers and sisters. When I call the particular so-called African leader and start to explain to him, oh, he now see a different light. But you could have called me to find out if you wanted peace. But I want to tell all you something. I fear no man. Me fear none of you. I could defend myself. I could defend myself. And if I say something, I could defend where I say. So I ain't business about nobody. And when I come here and I sit down here, I come to talk to the people of Trinidad and Tobago who want to hear. And if you don't want to hear, turn your radio off. You don't want to hear me. But I wouldn't sit down here and see advantage being taken on nobody and stay quiet. That is not my nature. So I was telling all you again, we encourage what we get. Because we're not together. We're not together. I supporting my own. I just go by a young lady and do my toes. When I feel to get a good massage and relax. Right in Mount Lambert. Not expensive and very, very professional. She doing it out of the comfort of her home. You hear what I'm telling you? There's a little entrepreneur coming up. Black like me. I used to do my nails. My nail tech went away. She come back. Well, I know what's going on. So I ain't doing it until I'm comfortable to go back there when she ready. Black too. I just want all to understand. If we don't support one another, they ain't gonna respect we. They wouldn't respect us. And that's why we continue to do Trinidad and Tobago. Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we continue to do it. We have a prime minister who's an African, a black man. They cussing him on Facebook. They calling him all kind of names. And you know what we just do? We just sit by and like, you see what they do? And when they get it, you're sharing it all over the place. And you encouraging it too. That's what I tell you. Don't send nothing to my phone. Ask me first. Because I'm not sharing nothing that will hamper anybody. We don't think. So as they send something, you so want to share, you press send. And you share it. And you encouraging it. They want to go, they go after Camille. She black. Eh? All kind of thing going on. She spend her own money. And only find that in nobody. And he hardly saying, and nobody not saying anything. They're very quiet. But I will speak. And I will speak out. As long as I have life and a breath of air coming out of my mouth, I could talk. Like it or not, and I'm going back to where I started, this government, led by this Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, want to save our lives. So if all you don't want to save all your own life, all you could go ahead and do all you want to do. But when all you can't breathe, don't call the doctors. When you can't breathe, don't call Terence Dial Singh. When you can't breathe, don't call the ambulance because you went out and open up yourself to it. Take it like a man. Because we don't like nothing that good in this place. Nothing. Mr. Chance? Chancey boy?
Good morning. Good morning, my darling daughter, radio daughter. Good morning, Wendell.
Good morning.
How you going, boy? Well, boy, you touch something there, boy. You know the senior citizens are jumping there, you know. Good morning, all the titans of democracy at home and abroad. 1285, Mr. and Mrs. Gibson, Rowley Jr. Yes, all of you. Jenny, everybody, Malatuna Puna, of course. And our titans in Tobago and abroad. You touched something there, boy. Listen, Wendell, you recall, guided by Miss Felix, you know, because she's the person who inspires me, stimulates me. She said, listen, Chancey, we have to go down and support the Chief Justice.
Yes.
And I joined the march. So we weren't standing up for the Chief Justice, you know. We're standing up for the Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, and the institution.
Yeah, and the institution. And that is why I'm coming this morning, you know. We stood up there and ensured, and one of the key reasons why we have to do that, our Prime Minister told us he's building a new society. Are you hearing me, Wendell?
Yes.
Are you hearing me, Miss Felix? Are you hearing me, Trinidad and Tobago? We are building a new society. Sharon played Val Jones. That's what he was talking about. A new society where trust and integrity and hope and values are very important. Very important things. And that is why I join with you, Wendell, because I want our Prime Minister to succeed. Because when our Prime Minister succeeds, Trinidad and Tobago succeeds in building this new society. So I'll be with you.
Thanks.
But I want to make a public call. I'm going to call your names, you know. There are 11 members of the Trinidad and Tobago Medical Board. They must no longer be hidden because of a public thing. I'm going to call them out this morning and say to them, you have a responsibility. You, all 11 members, have a responsibility to treat with this matter in the best way possible, in the interest of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I'll call their names slowly. The public name. Dr. Varma Dial Singh, President. Dr. Sterling Charles, Vice President. Miss Lynette Sivaran Sweet. Pandit Mukram Serju. Dr. Rajiv Kaja. Brother Hari Prasad Maraj. Dr. Stanley Gittins. Dr. Leslie Ann Roberts. Dr. Samuel Mark West. And Professor Harihaman Sitaram. You form the 11-member Medical Board of Trinidad and Tobago. You have that responsibility as an institution to seek the best interests of all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. That is why you elected on the medical board. That board looks at the interests of the health, wellness, and welfare of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You decide, in many instances, whether we live or die, because you are the medical board, you are the overseer, you are the supervisor of all that is happening in terms of Trinidad and Tobago. We will do our part. We, the people in the Fifth Estate, and you know our senior counsel there, the Fifth Estate, yes, senior counsel, wherever he's there. And you know, we are with him. All the members of the Titans of Democracy we are there. But we are calling on you. And before I leave, let me call your names again. 11 of you.
I like that, Mr.
President,
Chance.
you have that duty. President Varma Diyal Singh. The Vice President, Dr. Sterling Charles. Mrs. Lynette Sibaran Sweet. Kimberly Romaine Strip. Pandit Rupram Serju. Dr. Rajiv Kaja. Brother Hari Prasad Maharaj. Dr. Leslie Ann Roberts. Dr. Stanley Giddens. Dr. Samuel Mark West. And Professor Hariham Sitaram. We wait. We hope we are not waiting in vain. Members of the Trinidad and Tobago Medical Board, thank you for the time and thank you for the contribution you've allowed me to make this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chance. And that is why I say we have to be real careful. 3, 4, 5 times careful now. Trust me. The ads are coming up. It's 11:54 a.m. and we go to the ads. When we come back, we'll be in the 12 o'clock hour. When we come back, guys, we have opened up the lines for more calls and I have some information to give to you. All right? Don't shift your dial. Seems as though I have to continue. I have to make a phone call. Just bear with me. right, so Trinidad and Tobago will be back. And Wendell.
Sharon, you know what Mr. Chance just say? The guru of our program. As I start to reflect, and what he said touched me. Because he make also a public call. And he call all the individuals. Also, I've received some text messages. And this is a very serious situation we are facing. And I listened to what Sharon has said, the attack she was on, the response she had to respond to certain individual on a chat that they formed and they was having among themselves. And I remember the incident. But as you rightly said, it was two sides of us, and you respond to an individual that sends you something and you respond to him. But we are facing really a crisis in this country. And when we look at it, you talk about the girl who operates from home. Starting her business. And I went back to an individual, I'm not going to call the person name, who supply a certain person of the same race products to sell. When to start that person to move to build your enterprise. But it is very own when it's time to receive the money so that you could, the same person who's supplying you could supply you with more. To receive the money that the products were sold out, it's problem to pay. And it's our very own doing us that.
Wendell,
and this person had to go, and I go to that person to get that money, and on top of it, when the person asks for her money, the same person who she gave the product and had the product for so long, sold out everything, give her samples, I presume, and then after want to bully the very person who giving you the products. And when this person seeing that she reaching out to help she very own African sisters who have little, as I said, the girl doing nail polish, and this one have same thing, but operating in renting a cubicle in a certain area. I don't know how to call the area. And she see this person start off. And why it is we cannot be honest with one another. Why it is you're starting, you're giving them an opportunity to start off a business. So then when you look back, you can say, this person supplied me.
You see that word you use? Honest?
Yes, honest.
That is a dagger, you know.
Yes, why you cannot be? Why you cannot be? That's why I said certain things. But one thing with me, I want to know. You see, your name is something you have to protect.
Thank you.
Your name is something you have to protect, so that when people go against, if somebody says you're smart, how you're smart? You're smart for talking the truth? Yes, I'm smart in that way. But I do want to say you're smart in robbing somebody. And when I see this person, and that's why I admire that individual. I admire that individual because when I listen to that individual speak, when I listen to that individual talk about certain things and in the direction, and this individual is black conscious, and this individual want to see people move in a certain direction, I gravitate to that individual, and I know what the individual is all about. And all we need is to do is just have honest people around us. And we have to stand up for the truth. And I'm glad what Mr. Chan said. I'm glad what Mr. Chan, you don't know how you touch me. And I sit back and listen to you speak. I listen to it come from the bottom of your heart. Where you're making us a public plea. I listen to Jenny. I listen to the other caller. I listen to Bataria. We cannot allow people to continue disrespecting us. We are here just like them. If them come as Indian here, we come as slave, taken from our homeland. We was being enslaved, taken from our homeland, brought here. The native of this country, no more. And we build this country just as you all. And then when you want to say these kind of nasty, dirty things about us and expect we must stay quiet, or you want to remain in this kind of condition for people to insult your intelligence, for people to tell you you're uneducated? You listen to what that doctor said about the public, the protective service in this country. He said all policemen are dancing.
That the same police had to go by here.
Huh? And all they do is have a gun in them. And he don't want them in his office. So what you trying to say? You don't want African police in his office? The girl said that is my cousin. So what you trying to say? He said if you want to meet them in the stage. I want only to listen. You all should. That's why if you only want to hear what that doctor said, I put my number out there for you all. I have to stand up, and I will continue to stand up for Trinidad and Tobago. This is my country. This is what I want to see my children living, hold hand in hand with other races, with other race, in school, in the sporting facility, in church. We must stamp out that. When mothers and fathers and they're home and they're talking about these things, we must be able to, the children must be able to tell their parents, mommy and daddy, stop it. This is not a place we want to be in. Why it is we can't be love one another? Why it is we have to be insulting one another and in front of our face, trying to make we feel that you like us, and then deep down in your heart is hate, bitterness. We are not monkeys. God made the human race. How you could say we look like monkeys? God made the human race. We are not in cage. We are not running in the jungle wild, where they have to take us and tame us, because they just have to take the monkey when they get the monkey wild. You have to tame him. When you go to the zoo, you will see them in cage. You see them on branches. They put makeshift branch for them to swing on, for them to move on. And that's how you're describing us? Are you quiet about it? You quiet about it? And up to today, with the medical profession, I make a stand concerning the Chief Justice and the attack of the institution. And who wanted him out? People come out and join. Sharon joined. Julia Davy joined. Hundreds of people joined. David Tate joined. Barry Garcia joined. Thousands of people walk around the Hall of Justice 9 times. I am saying today again, this is the time we have to come out as Trinidadians and Tobagonians and stand up for Trinidad and Tobago, stamp out all form of racism. All. And you notice the MPs of a certain, don't say nothing, they remain quiet.
Let me take a call, Wendell. Mr. Napuna?
I love a punch. Chance, darling, I love you. Angie, Jenny, Miss Cosby, Elvira, Julia, don't forget to, darling, I love you too. Ricky and Isaiah, Angie, St. Francine, everybody. Sharon, something start as that new president-elect have set an example for the whole world. And what I realize is that Dubai put in with him.
The lady is Jamaican and Indian.
Toga, I think they say her father is Jamaican. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, a Jamaican. Jamaican.
Right. And he put a Dogra there, Black Lives Matter, Kingsley. Blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago, the obvious one too. Kingsley, you see that? Black Lives Matter. The black and the belly tell on the street and the Jews. You understand? I'm feeling so proud of my president. I could say mine and an American, you know that you heard? And I could bounce up. The man is a boss, and I tell you, Trump wasn't coming back. And he really come back. He can't go to like me. You have a wannabe American in that in Texas who cried on Dr. Rowley and put up the thumbs in the air. I support Trump. Take that. All of you who feel like you're big and bad, the hands of the Lord is writing on the wall. Only get to that message that Black Lives Matters, and that's what I feel good about. Black people, you know, a woman who went to that president yesterday, and the woman gets so nervous and frightened, she wants to get out there. I want to take a picture. You saw that one, Sharon?
No,
Sharon?
I didn't.
The woman hung up the man and she said, God, I want a picture.
Oh, yeah.
I want a picture of my phone. And the man was, he said, take your time. Take your time. An African woman at that. He said, take your time. Until she was able to get the picture in her phone. She said, oh, God, I don't know if I could sleep tonight. You hear what I tell you down here? Kamala Passad is set up. I want to be Trump halfway because by the quarantine place, God take him out. I don't know, break the period and just sail out. You understand? Because it's total destruction to the human race. That's not African race and not Indian race. It's a human race. All this disgrace. And as you feel a little stay here. Sharon, is that we have to work together with the American president, you know? Because remember when America catch a cold, when they see we just catch a cold. So the man shows up, Douglas, and a good-looking Douglas that, well-spoken Douglas that, and maybe she would come. She got teeth, doctor. Teeth said that woman so teeth. She think the man greetings to come and put you out. Come and girl, how you not sleep in the night? How you don't sleep? Or the millions that are doing that, you're making yourself an international puppy show. Sharon, before I call something inside of here, let me go. Congratulations to my president. I love you and I love my prime minister too. All that to work hand in hand. She started to push up on the oil, Sharon. She forget she love Trump. I'm not here to say.
Oh, gosh. Trinidad and Tobago? I tell you. I'll put up the picture. Somebody send it to me of her Kamala Harris, of her parents, grandparents, and she has a child. All it good, yes. Anyhow, Trinidad and Tobago, it's 12:10 p.m. And just to inform you that I think Jenny would have alluded to it on Friday to let you know, yes, we got some tablets. And in the coming week, I think from Monday, we will be trying to do a distribution. We have 7 tablets to give away. The other 23 tablets have already been assigned. We're asking people who children doesn't have any devices are the ones who are going to be eligible to get these things. And that's why the other 23 have been carefully selected in which to do the distribution. I am working on something. I'm trying to see if I get confirmation to do the program outside of here next week Sunday, please God, because we're going to do the distribution and we want to start a telethon in order to raise our funds to do our hamper drive for Christmas. You know, we do our things seasonal, and just to let you know, we had a Zoom meeting. Mr. Chance showed us all his legs, his sexy legs. So the team, we had a meeting on how we're going to go forward. So sometime in the week here, I will give you all the information. I see Jenny calling, so let me allow Jenny to do so. Jenny? Jenny? Yes, right.
Yes. Well, you didn't do anything right. You know?
No. I'm not like you. I can't do it verse like how
right.
you do.
Well, I'm rhyming today. I just want to simply say, on Friday, we'd have alluded to the fact, as you would have said, that you're in possession of 30 tablets. 23 has already been committed. The extra 7 is going to be given out during the week, starting Monday. It's for children who are in need, and we look at the ages from 5 to 14. what is going to happen, you have to have there's an access phrase. So mummies who are listening and children listening, please write down the access phrase. Because when the children call, they have to say that if they are going to qualify to get the tablet. So I'm going to give the access phrase now. When you call from Monday, you are to say, Titans of Democracy with Auntie Sharon and Uncle Bruce Wayne. I'll say it again. When you call in, when the child calls in, not the parent, and you must be 14 to 5 or 5 to 14. Titans of Democracy with Auntie Sharon and Bruce Wayne. However, from Monday to Thursday, we are asking the children who are from age 8 to 14 to call in. Because on Friday, we are going to have 3 tablets to give out. And that will be given to the younger ones who are from 5 to 7 years old. So listen carefully. From on Monday, the tablets are going to be given one a day for 4 days. So Monday to Thursday, 4 tablets will be given for children who are needy, not those who already have or have an opportunity to use somebody else's own, but those who are needy. And the ages are from 8 to 14. And when you call in, your access phrase is Titans of Democracy with Auntie Sharon and Uncle Bruce Wayne. And on Friday of this week, the remaining 3 will be given to the children who are of ages 5 to 7. They too will have to say the access phrase. So on Friday, 3 tablets will be given, but from Monday to Thursday, 1 per day. So, Ms. Felix, I don't know if you're going to have us repeat this or if this is just going to be it, but they need to listen. Again, access phrase, Titans of Democracy with Auntie Sharon and Uncle Bruce Wayne. When you call in on Monday, the first child who is between the ages of 8 to 14, and be truthful and needy, be truthful parents, that child, when they say the correct access phrase, will get, because it's not a competition, it's a giveaway. You will get a tablet. And on Friday, 3 remaining tablets will be given to the children who are between the ages of 5 to 7. So, Ms. Felix, thanks again for the opportunity. And Titans of Democracy, led by Ms. Sharon Felix, continues to go where no other NGO has gone before. We are like Star Wars and Mission Impossible. We're doing what they're doing. Ms. Felix setting the trend. So all who want to come against she, you need to come good, because she's not just a talk show host. She is the founder of an organization that is doing human service, especially in these times of COVID-19. So Ms. Felix, hats off again to you and your organization, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of that. Any information, again, people, please call Auntie Sharon, who will tell you exactly what you have to do and what you're not supposed to do. Be truthful, please. I'll go on, Ms. Felix.
Thank you very much, Jenny. And just to report too again, well, you know, just now I'll transform myself to Maruga. Went to Maruga again yesterday. I want to say to Nikita and his twin brother, to Mr. Mikes, to Shaki and the others, who I can't remember, especially the lady who gave me the money to purchase the soap for her. Somebody will send me a text with the names. They took time out, 2 carloads from Buklakano area, and we all went down yesterday, so we started the process of the house. The part where we have to put in, fix up, and then join everything together and put the roof on. They have started yesterday. I want to say thank you so kindly to these guys and to all of you who would have donated and continue to do so. My retired nurse friend who would have donated $5,000. Yeah? To all of the people who donated. All of the people who donated. to all the cause that we have bring forward on this program, I want to thank every one of you. Miss Bernard have a parrot with his hook up and we hear him singing and thing like yesterday, and he very rude, you know. But you could have seen the joy in her face. She was so happy. We put her in a place, pay the rent, and she's across there. But you know, when I tell her coming down, she's find herself back. She and the daughter. So I want to say to all of you again, thank you so much. I mean, this is something that we've seen. It's not nobody tell us, and you went and see the situation, and we're working towards that. So hopefully by next week, please God, which them fellas, they're going up from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they're going and put on some heavy work. A gentleman from Separate or somewhere, he told me, all the tile work, whatever tiles we have to do, once the money meets the demand, if anybody out there want to purchase some tiles first, I'll be very grateful to get some tiles when we're ready. The man ready to do the tiles. I'm happy for that. He said that is his skill, and he will give us that for free. Anybody else out there who wants to help in any way? At this point, we're looking for some extra galvanized and so on. So we come. The money spending, we're buying the material and so on, and we want you to know. I want you to know what's happening. So we're doing little snippets of videos, and at the end of it, you'll see the entire thing. So I want to thank my daughter, Tanisha, and my grandchildren and my son Isaiah, because there's a team, When I go in, they say, as I say, oh God, we go in Maruga tomorrow. Oh God, Granny, Nana, I could go. And everybody pack up and be gone. So I really want to thank the guys for yesterday. Thank you all so much. And there's what we're talking about. Each one help one. Long ago, we had a community. When you're building a house, everybody come out, you cook a big pot of food outside on the firestone. And you have some alcohol to drink. And oh God! Man putting up, whether it crooked, it's straight, however, but they putting running up blocks, they dig in.
I mean, they casting too.
And they, oh God, and they only hear, and throw it here. Yeah. Oh, throw it there. And they go in. That is happening in Tobago still, In
Tobago?
Yeah, man, that is happening in Tobago still.
The whole committee come
out. And in
out.
the country.
And they lick up a whole truckload, 8 yards of gravel.
How you mean?
8 yards of red sand, plaster in sand. And they come out on Sunday morning and food and drinks.
So I want to tell you, again, we want to say thank you. And to my friend in Long Island, thank you so much, Arita. Thank you so much, guys. Massachusetts, Audra Cole, Teresa Conliffe, Ingrid Yates. Oh gosh, there's so many of you all. Sherry. Oh gosh, let me see if I could find them on Facebook if they're there. They're supposed to be there. So many of you all contributed. My darling Jenny from Santa Rosa and her husband. Thank you so much, guys. It's so much of you all to thank. My girl in Tobago. I know she's been fighting to get in, and sometimes she can't get in. But my girl in Tobago, how we just do the thing, Mrs. Crosby, Mrs. Rowley, all of you. Thank you so much. Every single one of you. You know yourself. Caller, good afternoon.
Good day, Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon, you call a kind of business, and they used to call that gayap,
Gayap, that's the word.
Gayap. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Lord. All right, darling. I'll get take care.
Okay, hon.
Oh, Lord. Gayap.
Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sharon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Wendell.
Good afternoon.
So, Wendell, you know what? When people like them call me monkey, you know what I tell them? Hello?
Go ahead.
I'll tell them, I thought to be Hanuman because you want to put a monkey and call me monkey. I'll tell them thanks. I thought to be Hanuman. You get me on the ball, that monkey. And put a monkey. And then I watch me and call me a monkey. So fine. Go ahead.
Caller, I read in here, all here. Come up aside, says I come back. She said, today we experienced an administrative error. We apologize for this mistake and have since taken steps to ensure this does not reoccur. Apologies extended to Mr. Stormer, the administrator.
I think, could you write that? Huh? I feel so, you know. Why you so quiet? I feel good when you write that. Because I can understand and how quick to run to apologize. You taking people's speech and putting it as if it's your speech. And when the world know that these things don't come from you.
These people are real disingenuous, you know. Hi. Caller?
Hello?
Yes?
Sharon Shillis, good day to you.
Good day, ma'am. How are you?
Good. Wendell, obviously, good day to you. And also, I want to take this opportunity to, on behalf of me and my family, send our condolences to you and your family, Wendell, on the passing of your uncle.
Yeah, thanks.
Right? Yes, and be strong, I know probably some couple days somehow we may not hear you here. I know you're supposed to might just organize yourself and get out.
Yeah.
You understand? But when the master says you got to go, you understand me? That's all I say, so be strong. I really thought this morning put it into the doctor. So, well, we wait to see. But I think they said that all the ministry did something or doing something to pertain towards that, because this is a very serious thing, Wendell, honestly. Well, then my family, my niece is a pathologist, also her husband, and it looks very bad, especially for African people. But Sharon, you will know, for the longest while, I don't know why, and I'm asking again, that is why I was sad to see our African people find themselves by the Red House and bawling, you understand, me, protesting for the DSS, you understand. But this is the things you all have to come out for. These are the things we have to stand up as African people. You understand me? They continue to push us back. And I blame ourselves, I blame ourselves too. Well, not me, not Sharon, not Wendell, you understand me? But a lot of us, you understand me? There's only one thing we focusing on, you understand me? Gimme. And the right thing, you understand me, that you're supposed to focus on, they do not focus. Wendell, I'll be there with you side and side. Whenever you're ready, I'll be there with you. You all have a good one. Sharon, later.
Thank you very much. A couple of days I had the opportunity to listen to this speech by Barack Obama, former president of the United States. And if I tell all you, it's singing just like Trinidad and Tobago. I can't go home and then play this for it here. I'll be a hypocrite if I do that. Caller?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
It's you from the East, Wendell. The UNO the monkey man, they have in a cage where you go and rent chairs. You know that one. Anyway, I want to be in that. But the only time thing will change here is when Tobago be the capital of Trinidad. Because I want to tell you something when they were going on. If you check it, the average Trinidad black men here, some of them who say they're born here, if they will carry down the Prime Minister. They call him all kind of name, all kind of foolish. I know what they're doing that for. A piece of root, the skin. And if you, Roger, give her some chickens first and it's not. They're doing that for nothing. I know black people suppose they are pride in themselves through that woman in America. We days in the 70s and 50s, we were poor, but we were black and proud. And black people making so much black people shame here. This is begging thing. And because Trinidad can never rebel against nothing. We to be going to rebel 4 times. Yeah? The Nigerian African never again nothing. Right? And now they're supposed to give up and rebel against something, right? And the doctor, you have to go. You have to go because part of that in this country right now is we make all of them. Because when they work long time, you have to carry out by a poor man to get work. How they think they get money? It's the African make they get money. And it hurt me. That's why I don't like to call you on this station here. Because I got people listening and tell you cannot sing listening about the Prime Minister for a piece of roti skin and give me some chicken sauce. And because I listen to them every day. I see what they're doing. That people are gear up, man.
Thank you very much, caller.
Yeah.
Let me play this now. I love what this man say.
Yeah, I didn't originally plan to come to Georgia. You know, you see all this gray hair I got? You know, it still looks good, you said? All right. I'll let Michelle know. But the reason I'm here, look, I thought after my last campaign in 2012, I thought, all right, you know, I'll campaign in 16, and then I'll just kind of go off and, you know, write my book and work on my golf game and spend a little more time with my wife. Things didn't work out the way we expected because we weren't focused. Each one of us didn't do everything we needed to do. And so in this election, when I got a call and said, look, Georgia could be the state. Georgia could be the place where we put this country back on track, and not just because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have a chance to win Georgia, but you've got the chance to flip 2 Senate seats. I said, well, I got to go. I got to come. I told Michelle, I'm sorry, baby. I got to go to Georgia. This is a big deal. You have 2 extraordinary candidates in John and the Reverend who deserve your vote. And let's face it, you've also got 2 senators who badly need to be replaced. Look, I served in the Senate. I remember when we used to get briefings in the Senate for threats, including the kinds of briefings that your 2 current senators got about COVID-19. They got briefed. You know, you go into this room and it's all top secret and you got to kind of close everything off, and, you know, you can't take anything out of the briefing room because this is part of your responsibility as a public servant. And the point of these briefings is so that you can take quick action to protect the American people before it's too late. That's why the Senate gets these special briefings, to serve the interests of the people who have sent you to Washington, to serve their interests before your own. When I heard that your 2 senators here in Georgia, and understand, what I'm about to say now is not a partisan statement. I'd be just as hard if I heard a Democrat was doing this. Your 2 senators publicly were telling you that the virus would be no big deal. But behind closed doors, they were making a bunch of moves in the stock market to try to make sure their portfolios were protected instead of making sure you were protected. Man, that's shady. That ain't right. They downplayed the pandemic in public, and in private, they're trying to see if they can profit from it. Both of them. Not just one of them, both of them. They're like Batman and Robin gone bad. It's like the dynamic duo of doing wrong. I what they were thinking, but Georgia, I promise you, Georgia was definitely not on their mind. It was not. And what's the result of betraying the public's trust? 230,000 Americans are dead. More than 100,000 small businesses have closed. Almost 200,000 jobs are gone in Georgia alone. If President Trump and your senators had been focused on COVID from the beginning instead of their portfolios or their TV ratings, cases wouldn't be reaching new record highs across the country just this week. 9 months into the pandemic, America just had the single worst week of new cases. Think about that. All the people who voluntarily quarantine, all the folks who've been working at home, all the mothers and fathers who've been looking after their children at home, trying to keep everybody safe. And after all that, we saw the worst week because we had people like your two senators who were not taking it seriously.
Does that remind you of something? Or somebody? I had to play this for you before I leave you.
I'm glad you played, Sean.
I had to play
and then we had to go back to our election campaign.
Oh!
I'm glad you played.
Oh!
They was not taking us seriously.
Mm.
And then we had Mrs. Trump here saying open the borders.
Mm.
We had a former Speaker of the House of Representatives who act for one day the highest office of the land, the president, saying he want to go and get punching rum.
Mm.
Open the bars.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
You all heard it for yourself?
Yes, and here what he said, two senators.
Two senators,
and then behind closed doors, they're about the stock market.
That's right.
Studying how to profit.
And
we had a former Minister of Health also too.
Ivy.
Yes.
But wait, what he said. Look at it good. The other day a man was taken to task. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
One of them. You have a business place right up the road from here. He condemned that Dr. Rowley wouldn't open for in-house dining and this and that. And
yes.
You're studying your pocket and not people's life. Well, I want to tell us, and I want to tell everybody, while we will make all the billions of dollars and be rich, when COVID step in, you can do nothing with it. Because you can't pay COVID to go on by the neighbor and don't come by you. And you can't pay COVID to hit you easy.
But I'm glad you take that piece of clipping. You talk about the highest number of cases in Georgia for this past week. He also went and he said over 100 and something thousand small business closed down.
No, but we wouldn't want to listen to that yet.
He went further and he talked about how much people unemployed.
No,
while we had two senators profiting and not putting measures in place to tackle the COVID. And then we had a former prime minister open the borders. We hear the statement from her colleagues. Went in the house talking about punching rum. And when you listen to these kind of comments, because do you remember when this pandemic now started, do you remember what Donald Trump that said? The president?
He said it's a hoax.
It's a hoax, and not only that, He said if we get 100,000 debt, we manage it properly. I know you're working, just push your hands up.
Yeah.
Push your hands up. Huh? If we get 200, we're doing good. You remember what he tells someone they could drink what is bleach? And the person went and drank it and the husband died? And then he said, I didn't tell you to do it. I saw some clippings where this man disrespect the reporters all different ways. Well insult. And he loved to insult women. Call them stupid. You didn't deserve to be here. You untruth, you just lie. And then we see today where a president-elect have to say, we have to get the rid of this demon. And what he did also is he appealed to the it's either 92 plus million people that vote for him, didn't vote for him, that we all have to see ourselves now as United States of America, as one. And in Trinidad and Tobago here, do you think you'll hear that call from the opposition leader? Do you think we would hear the opposition leader saying to the government or saying to the Prime Minister, let us meet and sit down and talk and fight to make sure that we protect our citizens' lives in making sure that we are free from this deadly the virus. Because here the mandate of Biden, hear what he said he's going to do. He said he's meeting with his medical team, the expert, to do what? To tackle this virus that's plaguing America right now. And instead of the president said, let me call in the president-elect and let me have a smooth transmission in handing over office so that whatever plans
you ain't getting that at
we
all.
could do to fight this thing and let him go out in a bank saying, hey, I work with this former president, so when he leave, he can say, I leave with this. You remember what he said? In the rallies, he telling them don't wear masks. And then he tell them he's going to fire who? His top aide. After the election, thank God, he fired him instead. Then his top aide. And now today we're seeing the people who came out on the streets and the reporters who interviewed them, when they speak to the reporters, almost all of them in a joyous mood, but bringing tears to the eyes, saying, thank God they now have a country where everybody could have come back, see us as a nation of the United States of America. Because people, you hear what the reporter said, the Sharon played the clip when he cried, when he went into the store. What they see, afraid to describe themselves as being this race or that race. Because it was so tense that instead of we have a United States of America, we were seeing a divided United States of America. We were seeing a divided state. And that's why the people went out and vote. And they never see vote yet in a general election as this one gone. It was to save the world. And I sure our leaders today is feeling happy. When Trump was to go to England, you hear what the members in the House of Commons were saying? Don't give him no state visit. Just accept him just so. Don't roll out no red carpet for him. You hear when the remarks that he make and calling the election fraud, and tweet it on Twitter to try to remove it. No evidence. No evidence. They hear also to, and then you know, Sharon.
To court.
Yeah, and the laws.
They ask you about your evidence.
I know, Sharon. We have talk show hosts here saying this election was fraud. Huh? Even up to today, they have nothing to tell the population, you know. But they come in to say the election was fraud, the ballot paper, ballot. How this set of people always believe in fraud? And everything coming from their mouth must be about fraud, dishonesty, lies. And why it is it cannot be of something. We had an election, the people have spoken. Let us move on. Try and see if we could win 2025. Try and see if we could come with a better plan to unite the country rather than try to divide us. Put this race against one another. Try to use African to go after we very own. And I'm saying this Trinidad and Tobago. I was telling Sharon this a little while ago. You know, as how people don't want Kamala Prasad be Cesar. You know, how East Indian people been go on radio and thing and bad talker. As how I just listen to some of we own cussing Kit Rowley. Huh? Listen to them. Some of them don't want to cry cussing him. Cry cussing him. And when you listen to them, their contribution have no merit, have no worth. Huh? Listen to them. Go to other station and hear the East Indian station and hear the cussing Kamala so. But they will use all it to go on other station to cuss me very own. Why you all don't come out and cuss the doctor? And call on the doctor to go. Call on the medical board to deal with the doctor. You all not doing it. You all not doing it. It's time we put an end to all this hatred that we have in our heart towards one another. And one set of people is doing it. One set of people cussing be very own. Why we can't unite as brothers and sisters for one common cause, for one common purpose? That's why I'm saying, if I alone have to stand up in front of the Prime Minister's office to take action against that doctor, I'm going to do it. If I alone have to stand up in front of the Minister of Health office, if I alone have to stand up in front of the Attorney General, if I alone have to stand up in front of the medical profession board of Trinidad and Tobago, I am doing it. We have to send a message. We have to send a message. We have to fight these kind of dirty insults. How long they will keep calling us monkeys and ape and gorillas? And we uneducated and we hungry and we starving. We're the only race in this country hungry and starving. We're the only race in this country uneducated. What the feel is? This is something we have to stand for and stamp out all form of racialism that plaguing our country today. See us as Trinidadians and Tobagonians. When you go away and you're filling out your immigration form to pass through immigration, they ask you what country you're from, then ask you what race you belong to.
I know somebody that put white, you know, on the, when they ask you what country, they put white.
You see, but that person knows, they don't ask you what, they ask you what country you belong to. Oh, I was telling somebody today, you could go to our next country and get citizenship, not dual citizenship. But when they ask you on the form, where you born? At the city country where you born from. This nonsense about, Jenna, only listen to what this doctor has said. I want to know what the medical profession, the medical board in this country is doing about that doctor. I want to know. I want to know. Listen to me. You all listen to the cry, Sharon. You ever hear the cry concerning the young African doctor?
Yeah, I heard
the female.
I heard it.
Huh?
I heard it.
And she no longer.
They say she's selling
right
provision.
But whatever, she's no longer in her profession. So what you're trying to say? The yardstick is only for one person?
Yeah. Wendell, boy, let me just say, take the opportunity to say a happy belated birthday to a friend of mine's, Kevin Simon, and to say good afternoon to his mom, called CHINEE Simon, out there in Rio Claro, who's locked on to my program every single day. I hope that, Kevin, I hope you had a good day. And I want to say to Ms. Corsini, take care of Kevin. And I hope that you all enjoy your day today. And just to remind you that we end the weekend today, November 8th, with Vibe Sunday, 5 p.m. featuring Kerry John with MVMNT. Our stage will be streaming live on the Street 919 FM's Facebook page, Neil Iowa George Facebook page, Iowa George on Instagram, Iowa TV, and the Street on YouTube. Support our local culture. It's free for you, but not for us. Please make your online donations before or during the show to FUNDMETNT.com. You simply search Iowa Stage and then select the campaign for the night you are donating to. From there, payments is as with all online transaction using our credit or debit card. For my foreign fans, please use Cash App payable to Neil Iowa George. Tune in and be a part of these dynamic series of concerts. Iowa Stage one-on-one with the artists, supported by Tuco taking care of business through our music, Pan Trinbago, U Store, Lady Hills Avenue in San Fernando. And of course, I have to go and check my value optical. That's my my optician. Is it that? Give them transition lenses from Value Optical. Give your eyes a more comfortable life with transition lenses. Your eyes are always protected 100% from UV rays. Plus, they have the added protection against the dangers from blue light and glare. Transition lenses adapt to changing light, so your eyes have maximum comfort indoors and outdoors, no matter the time of day. And now we have 4 new colors to choose from, so express your style. Ask for transition lenses at Value Optical, and they're caring for your eyes. And of course, Trinidad Tobago, don't miss the American stores. Clearance Center is having a massive sale. Get up to 75% off on furniture and appliances, televisions, washers, cookers starting at $500. Dinettes starting at $700, refrigerator starting at $1,800, small appliances starting at $90. A steal of a deal, new items every week. Visit Facebook and Instagram for further details. Promotion runs while stocks last. American Stores, where we make quality living affordable. Trinidad and Tobago, all you know, I sometimes try to just do what I have to do and go about my business. And then sometimes it be so painful. But if only the elections when McCain had conceded, but you know, McCain went out as a real statesman. You know that, Wendell?
Yeah.
I remind you.
We have come to the end of a long journey. The American people have spoken, and they have spoken clearly. A little while ago, I had the honor of calling Senator Barack Obama to congratulate him, to congratulate him on being elected the next president of the country that we both love. In a contest as long and difficult as this campaign has been, his success alone commands my respect for his ability and perseverance. But that he managed to do so by inspiring the hopes of so many millions of Americans who had once wrongly believed that they had little at stake or little influence in the election of an American president is something I deeply admire and commend him for achieving. This is an historic election, and I recognize the special significance it has for African Americans and for the special pride that must be theirs tonight. I've always believed that America offers opportunities to all who have the industry and will to seize it. Senator Obama believes that too. But we both recognize that though we have come a long way from the old injustices that once stained our nation's reputation and denied some Americans the full blessings of American citizenship, the memory of them still had the power to wound. A century ago, President Theodore Roosevelt's invitation of Booker T. Washington to dine at the White House was taken as an outrage in many quarters. From the cruel and prideful bigotry of that time.
Trinidad and Tobago, this is where we got to leave it for today, guys. It is really an honor to be here today, and with great pride that I came forward here to do this program. Thank you very much, Wendell, for always being on my side and being part of the program. To tell you how proud I am today of an African woman, of mixed descent, yes, but African woman, who is now the Vice President of the Americas. I feel very proud and happy. I wish her luck, every blessing, that she will do well. Trinidad and Tobago. And this is where we leave it today. Talk to you tomorrow morning from 5, hopefully. I'll reach you on time. Be good, be safe, and remember, nothing in this world is cast in stone. I'm gone.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Hide in the dark to let the lips speak. Liquid supplement for them bird with a twisted and a chip peak. Hey, hey, why the water's high? Hey, 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 well, every time I show up, everything blow up, everything blow up. All on the rag and the flag, them go up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. When we arrive, bad minds start show up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. All on the rags and the flag, them go up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. All on the rag and the flag, them boom. I defy the odds, just like the Crips just defy the blood. Like how the wind scream, defy the